Maybe. Possibly. Perhaps.
Damn, man. A woman who broke flight attendant's teeth to serve 15 months in prison. Yo, my God, how hard you hit her?
Jeez. Alright. Hold on. Are we live?
A haymaker.
Oh, we
Yeah, we're live.
live. We are live. Okay, cool. Alright. Sound check. 1, 2, 3.
I'm just adding everything right now.
And the bass keeps running and running and running. Testing, testing. Baba booey, bibi booa.
Baba Booyah, we sound good.
Zippity bop boo bop. Zippity bop boo bop.
I will start reciting Phil Collins and NSYNC from Tarzan, but I don't want to get copyright. Screw it, we don't make money. Zabba-dabba-doo-dee, zabba-da-doo-da,
Oh yeah.
dee-ba-da-doo-da, zabba-da-doo-doo, dabba-da-dabba-dee-da-dee-da. Wop-wop-wa-doo-wop.
Suddenly next week it's like, oh, a sponsor. We're like, whoa, wait, macho, you need to shut up.
Manscaped, we take care of your balls.
Hey yo.
Yeah, we sound beautiful.
Get that right.
No, I'm lying. Gotcha. Got him.
Alright, I'm gonna throw the link into the tweet and then tweet it out, and then we're good.
Don't throw it, man. It'll fall.
I'll throw it over it, please.
Oh no. Oh no. Ah. Ah. That's how they scream in Bloodborne. Ah.
I don't know if they scream like that. I think you're
When you
different. I
die.
think you have a different.
Away!
Yeah.
Away! Or Resident Evil 4,
Away!
the morirás vivir, morirás vivir. Te voy a hacer picadillo.
Hey yo, man, that Resident Evil 4. We might get a snippet of that in another week.
Hey yo,
Perhaps.
don't do that.
Maybe.
Don't do me like that.
Hey man, it's all up to God, to Cap Gods over
To
there.
Cap guys, bro, Cap God. That's exactly what they're doing, capping.
Hey man, they bound to roll. So would agree. He's as I said before, he's more of a Capcom guy than Square
I
Enix.
agree.
So,
I mean, there was no better year than the year of RE2 remake when they got RE3 remake announced, and when they did RE7 like the years prior. Like they
wow,
on a roll.
the goat Monster Hunter, really.
The Monster Hunter,
Monster Hunter
Sunbreaker,
World is it's goat, man. I love it.
Sunbreaker, and Iceborne.
Yes, sir.
Say Icehorn. Yeah, there's a horn.
Iceborne, get it right.
Iceborne, Bloodborne. Wait a minute, Icehorn, Blorn, Bloodborne.
Next one's called Bloodhorn. Exactly what it is.
Next Bloodborne is in the ice world. Nice H.
Now I have the dash and Hollow Knight, so it's gonna. It's
Dash? Don't got no dash.
I got the dash right now. I just got it.
Oh, the dash.
The dash. Yeah.
I thought you were
not
talking about the
seasoning.
name.
No,
And there was a
no.
dash between Hollow and Knight.
No. I'm not talking
That
about the
dash.
seasoning either. No.
All right, we are good.
We are
Sweet.
good.
Okay. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
I am most definitely ready. Let's do this.
All right, guys. Welcome back to the 62nd episode of the DualShock and Sense podcast. I am your host, Soul, the connoisseur of anime waifus. Joined as always by we got a complete cast this time, man. Walt, welcome back. How you doing, man?
Thanks, man. Doing great. I'm exhausted. I was helping a friend move the other day, and I was one of two that was able to move mattresses and furniture. So the Hispanic in me is very happy, but my body is crumbling. I am very tired, but I'm doing good, man. I wasn't here because I was last week because I was at MegaCon, and I was able to meet Giancarlo Esposito and Troy Baker and Anjali Bhimani and Chloe Hollings. Chloe Hollings does Widowmaker's voice, and Anjali Bhimani does Symmetra's voice. Uh, Steve Downs was there, or Steven Downs. He was right next to Troy, which was amazing. It was like PlayStation and Xbox, man, hand to hand. No BS conflict. Uh, a lot of cool people, man. Dante Bosco was there. Mary
Dope.
Flanagan, the voice of Naruto. Dude, there was a Steve Bloom. It was a packed con.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. Oh, that was a great one. Brendan Fraser. I met Brendan Fraser. That's crazy. He was so sweet. But yeah, man, it was pretty cool. But now we're here to talk games and news, and this was quite the stacked week. You see, I was in hibernation, y'all. I was just making sure we got topics, but y'all did good. Gene wasn't here. That episode, contrary to, you never would listen to. No, I listened to that episode. You're a bunch of phonies.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You didn't.
Yesterday.
Shut up.
I did yesterday.
Yeah, after I called you out on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
it took him 6 days to listen to it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
The thing is, I reached out to him on Monday. I was like, yo, did you listen to the podcast yet? And he's like, no, I didn't get the chance. I was like, all right, cool. It's only been like a couple days or whatever. I'll give him like a week or whatever. I reached out to him the other day, and I was like, yo, did you watch it? He's like, no, I heard like snippets of it. I'm like, so you still didn't watch 2.5 hours out of your 6 days?
Sheesh.
Yeah, man.
hate
You
to-
said give me a week. Yesterday wasn't a week yet, so I technically didn't lie.
You hate to see it.
That's wild, bro.
We also got Macho here. How you doing, man?
What's going on, everybody? It's the King of Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy Fanatic, and I have played and beaten The Last of Us. And
Here we go.
on this whole charade here, I'm happy to be here, man. We have a packed week. We won't stay too long on that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
you just want to get it over with. You know what I mean? So
I would hope not. I would hope not.
yeah, exactly. So we're just gonna say my piece, and then we're gonna get on with our day. So, but yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. It was a good week. It was a good gaming week. Really productive gaming week.
Nice. Oh,
Yeah, man.
I'm glad you said that. We will definitely move on.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
as Macho alluded to, we got a pretty stacked show for you guys. Surprisingly, a lot of things happened this week.
Yes,
So
sir.
before we get started, I want to remind everyone to go ahead and like the podcast, share it out, comments, consider subscribing to the channel as well. We would greatly appreciate all of those things.
Yeah, man.
So
And
man,
comment
let's,
down below your favorite scene that you love to play in Last of Us. Just comment it down below.
Yeah, definitely. Let us know what your favorite part is in the Last of Us.
Yeah,
Comment
man.
section. We'd love to know.
Y'all are acting like I don't know what The Last of Us is, man. Like I could very well go down in the comments and do that too. What are you guys talking about? But anyway, let's get started and talk about the games that we've been playing this past week. I guess I can kick things off because mine is very short. So guys, I played I played something that I think you guys won't be seeing coming. It starts with a D. So tell me what is it?
The first thing that comes to mind is Death Stranding.
No.
Dead by Daylight.
No.
Dying Light.
No. I'm shocked you guys I feel
Divinity.
like this should have been well I did play Divinity. But but
Diablo?
no, I'm shocked. I feel like this should have been like their first answer.
Listen, man. If you would have said
Dreams?
F, you don't know my first one.
There we go.
You
Oh
played
God,
Dreams?
no, you didn't play. Come on, dog.
As soon as I saw the smirk in my mind when he said, "Y'all should know this," and I'm like, "Oh, it's Dreams."
Yeah.
Man.
I picked up Dreams for $20 again. And,
Again?
Yeah, I played it for about 4 hours this week.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Commitment.
so I have a very specific reason as to why I bought Dreams. So school, we were this whole entire month we were working on. I think I mentioned it before, but each group was tasked with like building a movie or like a concept for a book. We had 2 groups who made a music album during this month. And then we had like multiple groups try to like concept a video game. That was one of the groups that I was in, and literally the last week of our project, I was like, why don't I just like make like an alpha demo in Dreams or something like that. So that's what I did. I made a short little alpha demo in Dreams and presented it in front of the class yesterday. It was pretty cool, man. Dreams is it's pretty fucking cool, man. It's just in terms of like what you can do inside of there, and everyone in the class was like really like, oh, like what, like how the fuck did you do that and stuff like that.
What did you
So
make?
yeah, so like the basic concept was just like a an explorable sort of like open world, and the sort of basic theme of the game is that you're a ember who's going around this like frozen over tundra that was once populated by like a lot of life, but like this snow has completely like frozen over everything. So like all the trees are dead. There's no like animals here anymore. There's no signs of life. And your job is basically to go to these like towers in the land and reignite the fires that are there in order to like bring life back into the environment. So like I literally just made like a giant like snowy landscape, and I put like three towers like separated a good amount of distance from each other, um, and then like I placed like mountains all the way like around the brim of this little landscape. Placed a bunch of like dead trees everywhere. Carved out like a cave that the player like starts out from. Yeah, it was really cool.
Nice.
Um, yeah, it was really fun. But yeah, so played Dreams for a little bit this past week, and then really the rest of the week has been Divinity, man. I have I think 78 hours into it or something along those
God
lines.
damn.
Wow.
It's I don't want to be hyperbolic, but like I don't think saying it's like one of the best games I've ever played in my life is like so definitive or like objective, but I will say it's probably like one of my favorite games I've ever played in recent memory at the very least. It's just a phenomenal game, in terms of just like classic RPGs, man. I had this like really incredible moment this week where like just like specifically talking about like the companion quests, which I just love how like the game is divided up into like major chapters, and you literally start these companion quests all the way in chapter one, and like you have to keep up with them like each chapter, because like each chapter has like a specific like way that you progress it. So like I literally just completed one of my companion's quests in chapter 5, which is like near the end of the game. Like I think there's like 6 chapters in total, so like I'm almost done with the game. And so I completed her quest this past week, which involved getting revenge on like her prior like captor. But like this was like a multi-layered quest, quest for her that literally started back in chapter 1. And if you miss like one of these steps, then like you're gonna fail like the entire thing. But it was cool because her master, when you like meet up with him, he basically has trained her to a point where if he sings this song, she like immediately goes back like to this like almost brainwashed state where she's like immediately like under that guy's thumb again.
Like Winter
Um,
Soldier?
yeah, yeah. Even though I've never seen that movie, but I'm assuming it's the same thing.
Okay.
What
Um,
the? Okay, yeah. Go
yeah,
for
yeah.
it.
So if he sings this song, then yeah, she immediately like turns on you and your companions. But the thing is, if you have progressed far enough into her quest, if you have like I don't know like what the right term is, but like if you strengthen the bond between you and her to such a point that she trusts you in telling you a song that will counteract his song, um, then you can literally counteract that. So like I got to a point with her character where before we had even reached and met this guy, she kind of like pulls me aside and she's like, hey, like I need to talk to you about something. And it's like obviously like the way that she's talking about it, it's something very, very hard for her to even bring up, and it's something that like you can tell she just feels like really uncomfortable about, and she has never told anyone about this. And she kind of like sits down with you, like it's described that she like sits down with you kind of like cross-legged, and you two are kind of like holding hands, and she literally like teaches you this song that will, in essence, if she hears the song, she will snap out of the master's kind of like control. So you meet up with the master, and he starts singing the song, and then she turns to you, and she's like, beforehand she says, when I give you the signal, I need you to sing the song. So when it happens, she turns to you and she's like, okay, go ahead and do it. And then you sing the song, and she's broken out of this, out of the master's hold, and the guy's like, what the fuck? He's like freaking out. And so now it's back to like a 4-on-5 battle, instead of like her turning against you and it being like a 5-on-3. So yeah, after you kill him, she's basically, the entirety of her purpose in this game was to kill this one guy. And now that she's been able to do it, she's free from his hold. And I also got like in a relationship with her after this. She has another huge sort of quest, side quest kind of thing that involves like the fate of the entire like elven race, which is pretty crazy, that I did last night. Um, which I won't get into, but it was really fun doing that as well. We basically we basically freed the entire elven race from this giant like tree tyrant, which was pretty cool. Um, but yeah, man, just the companion quest in this game is so fun. There's another one with one of my other companions that she's being like possessed by this really powerful demon, and moments in the story she's like having to fight between herself and this demon that's constantly trying to take over, and it's like she can snap at literally any moment. The final confrontation is going to happen in the final chapter, so I'm really excited for that. And then my other companion is this lizard who I have to pair up with him and this other like lizard princess in order to like save their entire race, so they can start making babies, so they can like repopulate that race. So yeah, man, it's just a really fantastic game in terms of just like the characters, like the dialogue, man. It's incredible how like this game isn't like a Naughty Dog game in terms of like high budget, well produced cutscenes, like movie quality cutscenes or anything like that. You don't even see these characters' mouths move or anything like that, but like the dialogue is just like genuinely some of the best like written dialogue that I've like experienced in books or movies or games. Just in general, it's just fantastically written. Each character feels so distinct from one another. Like like immediately know that, okay, Losa is different from Sabille, and Sabille is different from the Red Prince. And yeah, man, that's just like, and it's gotten to this point where like it's one of those games where I just like I could play for 10 hours straight, and I don't even like I don't even realize the time has gone by, you know what I mean?
Dope.
It's yeah, it's one of those games, man.
Yeah, you're making me want to play it then, because I was actually thinking about it for the past week. It's like I kind of want to get into that, and it's actually on sale on PC, and I have it on Switch, so I can actually go back and forth between the two, and that's making me very tempted to go and try it out, especially since all like the stuff you're telling me. It sounds really cool, and it kind of sounds like something I want to vibe with right now.
Macho, you've been saying that for 3 weeks, man. I need you to jump in. I need you to jump in.
I have a very good reason. Once we get into what we've been playing, then, or at least what I've been playing, I'll tell you why I've been kind of holding off a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like some excuses, doesn't it, huh? But yeah, and like the thing is too is that like your party can look completely different from mine, because there's 3 other party members that I just didn't choose at the beginning of the game, and now and because I didn't choose them, they're dead. So like for all intents and purposes, like your party can look completely different from mine. Your companion quests will naturally look completely different from mine depending on who you choose to join you on this journey, which I think is really cool. Like there's a character, like an undead character named Fane, that I will never know his story because I never picked him at the beginning of the game. So
I never beat. I got pretty far in the game, man. I want to go back to it. I have it on PC, but I always read how Fane has the most intricate and the best storyline out of any character in that game.
yeah, what little I got to talk to him, like he seemed pretty cool.
He's such a fascinating character to talk to because he's so charismatic. He's so interesting to talk to. Every character there stands out so much.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, that's and it has again like I'm nearing the end of this game, and it has me already thinking, like looking on the PlayStation Store, like man, what is another game of this ilk that I can get into? And it makes me mad that I don't have a PC because Baldur's Gate 3 is in like early access right now or something like that, and there's no sort of like timetable for even when like version 1.0 is going to come out, let alone that, but also like the console versions. There's no timetable at all for that, and I'm just like. I feel like a goddamn heroin addict, like scratching my neck, like like yo, like when is that game gonna come out? Like I need that fix, man. Because even like looking at Baldur's Gate 3, like I was watching like part one, like just like someone playing it with like no commentary, and like god damn it is so like in terms of like production value. Like whoa, it's actually got cutscenes, man. Like what?
It does.
Yeah.
What about Disco Elysium? That's why I actually bought it before because that's the kind of game that seems like that.
I bought that game when it came out on PS5, and like it's very much the same thing, right? Like I love how it's a classic RPG. I love the dialogue. I love the narrator. It's beautifully written, but like. I guess the difference between that game and this game is just like I need combat. Like I just felt it kind of boring just walking around the entire time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I needed something. I needed something to fight, I guess.
Then this one's a bit.
Yeah, I understand that.
This one's a bit old. It's a bit too like classic RPG, but Pillars of Eternity is also a good one.
Yeah, I've been.
I mean, wait, never mind. You don't have a Switch. Never mind. I was gonna say KOTOR, like the KOTOR remaster.
Oh, KOTOR, yeah.
Yeah, because that the sequel for Switch just got announced, and I was looking. It's like $15 on Switch. I'm like, I'm definitely gonna drop it and get that.
Yeah.
So I can play that before the remake.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, man, I don't know what I want to play next because like I want to continue to be like in this kind of like RPG mood after playing this game. So we'll see what happens.
What's the status on Horizon? I'm like the only one that actually like beat this game. This is wild to me. We're playing podcast. I'm the only one that beat Horizon Forbidden West.
No, like I love it, but like I don't like Divinity.
I'm on the same boat. Here's the thing. Like I don't know how to like articulate it, but Horizon. Here's the thing.
This is wild to me. This is wild.
Here's the thing, and this is I'm gonna be real. I adore the direction of the story. I adore the visuals. I adore the voice acting, everything. But I jump in and I'm like, God, damn, it's just open world, and I'm getting fatigued. And here's the thing. I mean, we've talked about this, Macho. How Elden Ring like is still not my top, whatever. And we talked about open world. It that translates into Horizon, and I just feel like I know I can only do the story shit and get through it, and that's fine. For me, it's just I don't know. I can't. Maybe Soul has like a way of articulating it, but I don't.
No, Macho, that's not even me. Like I'm not overwhelmed by the open world or anything like that. Like I adore like existing and just walking around and exploring that world at my own leisure.
I'm over that.
It's simply just like Divinity just has its hooks into me right now. Like obviously I'm going to play Horizon. Like there's nothing wrong with Horizon. It's just simply that Divinity is just like I'm obsessed with Divinity. Like it's as simple as that.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Like I've been
on that same train with the Trails in the Sky second chapter. I'm like, I should get back to it. There's nothing wrong with that. I want to play it, but there's other games that are kind of grabbing my attention right now.
Yeah. So it's literally nothing wrong with Horizon. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Well, you're open world fatigue. You're playing Ghostwire Tokyo. So what's going on?
Yeah, let's talk about that. Go ahead. What's going on with Ghostwire Tokyo, man? What's going on?
Yeah, how you liking it? Are you feeling fatigued?
Ghostwire's a lot smaller in comparison, and I feel like the story beats are a bit what do you call it? Like closer to each other, if that makes any sense. I can get through the story a bit faster. Whereas, I don't know, with Horizon, it's the fact that because I have the mind of wanting to do everything and wanting to explore everything, I myself get discouraged by my own stuff. In Ghostwire Tokyo, I mean, as much as I'm playing it, it's not like I'm playing it every single day, 8 hours a day. I'm like jumping here and there. The main games that I've been playing it are still like on Switch, like small indie games, or on PC, like jumping into No Man's Sky and chilling a little bit, and then jumping out. I don't know. That's why I can't really articulate it because with Horizon, it's just more of a like a mindset thing. Like I know there's gonna be a day where I'm gonna be like, you know what? I just want to play Horizon, and I'm gonna get through it, and I'm gonna beat it. But I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like not the game. I don't like it how I'm feeling. I don't like how I'm feeling about it. That I don't feel as encouraged to play it.
Look, all I gotta say is that in Ghostwire, there's something like over 1,000 ghost little things that you gotta collect, and if that's not overwhelming, and if that's not open world fluff and nonsense, then I don't know what is.
But the thing is, that's not the issue with Horizon with having collectibles. It's the fact that I the amount of love that I have for the series versus it being open world and me demanding of myself wanting to do more because it's not the fact that I need to collect everything and in Ghostwire I know the ghost thing there's 200,000 or something like that like ghosts you have to find but they're like grouped up but I looked at that number, and I kid you not, I zoned out. I'm like, I am not paying attention to that. I failed with Horizon to ignore shit, and that's why I had to take a break from it. With Ghostwire, I'm like, I don't want another game to do this to me. So I'm just going to... I said it in the Double XP podcast this last week, how in Ghostwire, I pull up the map, and I'm like, don't look at anything. Just look at your objective. Don't look at anything else. Because I don't want to, like, oh, there's another point here. There's another collectible here. There's this there. I'm not going to get the platinum on that game. I just want to get through the story because I'm enjoying where the story is going, and I like the idea of the game, and I like the vibe that it has. It's more of an action, like action horror or action adventure kind of game. It's not so much horror, which I'm digging. But with Horizon, I just know that once I get into Horizon, that's all I'm going to be playing. That's the only thing I will be playing for until I get to the end credits. Because it's the kind of game that I want to get immersed and not get out of it for a long time. Or for other games. Because I just look at my backlog and go, oh, I'm going to play this today. I'm going to play a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Because if I get into Horizon, that's all I'm playing that day.
Yeah, I understand. So I'm trying to
that's
what I did Horizon too. I like that's a legit all I played, and then until I went to go to Elden Ring. So
yeah, and it's a with Elden Ring, I was a whole like 3 weeks only playing Elden Ring, and I want to give that kind of love to Horizon, but because I'm coming off the absurd like amount of time that I played Elden Ring, I want to do that with Horizon. But when I'm actually like, okay, there's no other games I want to play because it's just like you with Divinity. There's the games that are like, hey, you should play me, and I'm like, oh, you're right, I do want to play you, and then Horizon's on the side. Like right now, this is for later, but after Horizon, I plan on going back to Death Stranding because I never beat that game. So I have like games that I'm lining up, big games, that are games that I'm only gonna play those for the amount of time that I will. So Horizon, and I feel so bad for Horizon because it's like I love the game, but I don't want to play it because I know that there's other games that I do want to play. You know what I mean? It sucks. I don't like the feeling.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's again, it's kind of like that mental lapse of like this game has so much and I want to do everything, but it's so intimidating at the same time because there is a lot there, and I don't want to, want to disregard it in a sense.
Yeah, man.
Understand
and
that.
like to be frank, like I'm a bit over open worlds, but not Horizon. But like the general concept, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna really be super critical then from here on out. Because even though yes, I'm playing Ghostwire, whatever, I wanted to play it. I bought it at 40. I didn't buy it full price. I know that these games are open world, but
too much.
But like, man, it's like it's so much. Everything's open world, and I got the fatigue for a minute, but now I'm just taking a step back and waiting to see how I feel.
Well, while you're doing that, play some of that beautiful triangle strategy.
Oh yeah, man. I'm still jumping in because the cutscene, it's so long and I love it. But that's the kind of game that I get at night before bed. I just do like a solid hour or so, and I get immersed in the political situation.
Gene said he needs 2 straight hours of state of play predictions. Don't worry about it. We got you. We we got some other really good stuff planned for today too.
Yeah.
So is that all you've been playing?
Ghostwire. I've been doing
I'm an idiot.
No Man's Sky, and I mean Fortnite with some friends because that's all they play because they work. So when they can, they play Fortnite. So I play Fortnite with them, and we chill and talk. Pretty much that. I don't think I've been playing anything else. Nope. Is that it? Clash Royale on my phone. That's been it. D&D. Played D&D this Monday, the last Monday.
Speaking of that, Stranger Things too.
Ooh, Stranger Things. Yeah, man, I gotta watch it. It's like what? It's like an hour long episode.
Yeah, they have some like really like those are like movie length episodes they have right now.
Sheesh. But yeah, man. That's all I've been playing. Been a light week.
Macho.
Yes,
what
sir.
about you, man? What's going on this week?
Yeah, so this was, like I said before, it's a productive gaming week after I finished Food Wars, which was amazing. The one thing I will
You
say
finished
about,
the whole thing?
I finished the whole thing, all 5 seasons. Yeah.
Oh wow.
The one thing I will say is that so the thing is when I started Food Wars, I started watching the anime, and I wanted to collect the manga because the food drawings were so cool and it was just so unique for like that kind of style of anime. But obviously manga's in black and white, so it was less impressionistic when you got the manga. And then once I learned that the actual story of Food Wars ends pretty abruptly, I was like, I don't really want to pay that much money for all these collecting all these manga, and then for it to like end kind of meh. The anime it almost follows the same track. I feel like there's a little more emotion behind it, obviously because you're watching a show and watching these characters emote. It's not like all based on imagination or all like what you see in the manga, but it does end pretty abruptly, which is a little disappointing.
Macho, can I stop you real quick to tell you about the manga real quick?
Yeah, go
so,
for it.
Have you downloaded the Shonen Jump app?
No.
So the Shonen Jump app, for just $2 a month, you can read the entirety of Food Wars.
Oh, nice.
And plus, like every Shonen Jump, like every Shonen manga right now, you can read like all of One Piece, all of Naruto, all of Bleach. Everything's there for just $2 a month. So just letting you know in case you want to check it out.
I would see if that's on the Amazon Fire tablet. Then see if I could download that.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool. But in any case, yeah. So the anime was great. I loved it. It was very funny, really epic, and just climax. Like it's kind of awesome how they treated these like top chefs in the school as like some super warriors, right? Like I was getting a whole kind of Bleach aspect of it, where you have Ichigo, where he's like really confident, kind of cocky, kind of like Soma Yukihira. Going into the school, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be like the best one. Like I obviously have a lot to learn, but I'm just gonna be the best chef here. And then eventually, when Ichigo gets stronger, he come across the Iran which are like, these guys are like no joke. Like they're super powerful. It's the same thing in Food Wars, where like you come up to the top 10, the elite 10 chefs, and they are like the best of the best chefs, right? And so they kick someone's ass time and time and again. It's really cool to kind of see him overcome all of that and just really go like above and beyond his repertoire as a chef. Really cool stuff, man. Really great character interactions, really great character growth. It was a great anime, but a little, again, ends up a little abruptly, but regardless, really fun. For Walt too, I actually started watching Spy Family.
Yes, sir.
I caught up today, and it's incredible. I freaking love that show, man.
Anime of the season.
It's dumb, hilarious, dude. It's so funny. Like I can't believe how funny this show actually is, with Anya's reactions, just the entire predicament as well.
Yes.
I'm also just loving like the fan art and like the fan collaborations that people putting on Twitter with
It's really good.
and Final Fantasy VII or anything like that, or Twilight. Yeah, it's a great show. Have you been? I know you say you've been watching it, but what do you think about it? What are your takes?
I adore it. Because it has just enough, like the stakes are like they're there, but that's not what you're there. You're there for the dynamic between them three and the laughs and the goofs, and it's so endearing. Because at the end of the day, like that's like, oh, we're together, but only for a job. But you're like, nah, you're gonna like each other at the end of this. And it's like, even though you kind of know that, it's like you still love how it all develops. And I really like the creative liberties they've gone to like develop the story. It's not predictable in that sense, and their daily shenanigans, and I really love it. And the voice acting is so good. Like, I'm watching it subbed, but the performances are so good. They're so fun. Like, you can actually, they actually feel like human reactions. Like, that whenever they feel hurt, or whenever like there's actual like embarrassment or action. I love it.
Yeah,
It's so good.
Yeah, it's great. So you're gonna end up watching it?
Nah.
Oh man, it's so good. It's so good. I'll say one slight spoiler for episode 6. I think it is when Anya's in the school. So spoilers for Spy Family if you're starting to watch it. But Walt, dude, when Anya was holding back against Damien and then she sucker punched the shit out of him. And then
this girl said she looked to the side. She was looking to the side, saying, "No teachers here." Okay,
yeah, dude, her side glance and look see the teachers were watching was the most kid shit ever. And then she decks him, and then the teacher comes and she's like, "He just ran into my fist." The fact that she came up with that was so funny, dude. I was crying when I saw that.
bro. It's so. That's the thing, because it's like, that the whole point for her like being there and Damien, it's like, it's serious, but you just have a fun time. You can't help and just have a good time with the shenanigans and the way that because they're kids at the end of the day,
Yeah, exactly.
They're children.
It's so funny. Yeah, it's a great. I can't wait for the next episode. But yeah, besides that, after like I caught up with Spy Family, it was a Batman week, fellas. I finished Batman Arkham Origins, I finished Arkham City, and I'm about like a third of the way through Arkham Knight right now.
Nice, man.
Yeah, so I really hunkered down and just started playing through these, and it was a great trip down memory lane, except for Arkham Origins. That one, that was a fresh playthrough, which is it's actually a really good game. I like it a lot.
People shit on it a lot back when it came out.
Yeah, and then, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's one of those games where the open world is a little bigger, but not better than Arkham City. Because in Arkham City, like, you really feel like everything really does have like a purpose, and every little distraction is really enjoyable and worthwhile like pursuing. Where in Arkham Origins, it's a lot more checkmark listy kind of open world, and a lot of like the side content wasn't really satisfying. It had like a couple like really like short boss fights. I was like, that was kind of lame. But regardless, it's still like a really good entry, and I think Troy Baker as the Joker was phenomenal. Like surprisingly good. He did a really good job. Yeah, it was really cool. And then Arkham Knight. So man, you gotta get on this game. You gotta get on Arkham Knight, dog.
It's great, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why some people are like pretty like resentful towards it when it first came out. They were like criticizing heavily.
Well, it was because it didn't work on launch.
Yeah, I think it was mostly because of that. Yeah, it was broken at launch. I mean, for consoles it was good, but I know PC was like absolutely.
Then this is a PlayStation podcast. This ain't the PC podcast.
Except I'm playing this game on PC, but.
Oh, okay. You fraud.
but no, it's yeah, man, you gotta get on this one. Like the jump from Arkham City to Arkham Knight is like ridiculous. Like this is a next gen.
I saw some of the pictures that you posted.
The quality's insane.
Yeah, dude, it's absolutely nuts, and
fuck,
it's really good. They have some like really good. Oh fuck, are you good? You good?
Yeah, I stepped into a trap.
Oh
wow.
But in any case, yeah. So they had some like really great moments that I know you alluded to before of how like you're kind of researching some Batman lore after the Batman movie and stuff like that, and learning about Barbara Gordon and stuff like that. Like there's some really really good moments between Batman and a couple other characters in this game. Like it's really stand out. So when you get to it, I'm excited for you to like hear your take on a couple of things, because there was one moment that had my jaw on the floor yesterday. I completely forgot about the game, and I was like, damn. Oh Jesus Christ! Like they really went there. So, but yeah, so I've been playing Arkham Knight, just going back and forth on that one.
You gotta play the Harley Quinn DLC now.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of I didn't skip over a lot of the side content for Arkham City and Arkham Origins, but I didn't do everything. So I do, but I do plan on doing a lot of the stuff for Arkham Knight for sure. Cause
On the Red Hood one, Red Hood is really good.
yeah, I got the complete edition for or like the season pass for Arkham Knight, so I'm definitely doing all the DLC for it because the combat is. They absolutely elevated the combat in Arkham Knights. The graphics obviously look insane. Open world's a lot better too. It's bigger and it's better. Just driving around the Batmobile feels so powerful. It's really cool, man. It's really good stuff. But,
Bigger and better.
Yeah, pretty much. But
Very
yeah,
nice,
that's all I've really been playing.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah,
sir.
I'll definitely get to it eventually, but that price hike, it hurt me, man. That price hike hurt me.
I think it might be
from,
on
like,
sale right now with the Days of Play sale, but I could be wrong.
I looked at it yesterday. I think it was like 30 or $40.
Oh, okay, yeah. You
going
just
from going from $7 to $40 is that hurts, man. Yeah. But all right, so let's move into the podcast proper.
Well,
and,
first, so one thing real quick. So I just got an email right now. Something about Stardew Valley, and it was my fiance.
Oh man, that reminds me. That reminds me. This past week when I was in class, I sent talking about dreams again. I sent or I thought I had sent the trailer to someone that was in my group, and he was like, "No, the only recent email I have is something from Wizard 101." And I was like, "What? That thing still exists?"
Oh, jeez. But Bacon, before we actually move on, so there's something we all need to discuss here, and
Oh man.
we gotta do it, man. We're putting you in court. We're putting you in the PlayStation court here.
Oh man.
Bring it in.
You ready?
We ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
Soul anime waifus, if that is your real name, you were on trial for the accusation and admission of hosting a PlayStation podcast and not playing The Last of Us. How do you plead, good sir?
Man. I mean, for the simple fact that it's on record, I would plead guilty. I have no qualms about this.
Nope. No, you're not getting away with
How's
this one,
that?
sir. Not getting away with this one, sir.
What?
No.
I just said I plead guilty. What do you mean? Hey man, we're gonna get copyright for that.
You don't make no money on this.
All right, for the honorable Macho.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Order in the court. Order in the court. So,
Oh man.
again, you're on trial for being a fraud and not playing
Listen,
The Last
I
of Us
don't-
on PlayStation podcast. You will be silent when the judge speaks, good sir. We'll open up with the first statement, Walt.
Well, we were doing our podcast and I wasn't really there, so this was more so on me watching the video, and it disturbed me. I usually I don't get too emotional about this, but then I saw how he said that he's never played The Last of Us. He only watched videos on it. And he hosts a PlayStation pod. I can't keep going.
It's okay. We're here for you.
I have been harassed.
You've
Do tell.
been harassed. You've been harassed.
This man. Objection. Hearsay.
Continue.
I have been. It has not been easy for me to continue. I can barely sleep. 61 episodes, and he lied to us, to you as well, Your Honor.
Objection. So I'm clearly.
The guilty will remain silent for the remainder of the period until someone speaks.
Overruled.
I'm going to call delirium. This man clearly does not know what episode that we are on. So purely based off of that fact, I don't think he's in a correct mental state to be able to offer this testimony.
Objection, Your Honor. Like a foundation.
Overruled.
Is that it? Like what's going on here? am I free to go? Like what? This is
Your Honor.
This is the saddest court that I've ever been to.
Your Honor, I will sue this man for hurting
Y'all
the
told me
DualShock
to
and
be
Sense brand.
quiet. Y'all told me to be quiet. What's going on, man?
I am launching a suit of 50 cents for this man.
Sustained.
Thank you.
Am I are y'all finished or are y'all done? Am I allowed to talk now or what?
Yes. Well, I have one more question for you before you speak and confess to your sins, Soul, Mr. Connoisseur of Anime Waifus. You have to answer one question. Are you the Xbox ambassador of this the DualShock and Sense podcast?
Listen. Listen, all you dummies, really quickly. If you look at my credentials, if you look at my PlayStation history, right?
Oh, okay.
Someone who has played the entire Jack trilogy and Jack X, someone who has played the entire Sly Cooper trilogy, and will
Objection, Your Honor, non-responsive.
will consistently say that Sly 4 does not exist, right?
Overruled.
Someone who has played Killzone 1 and 2, infamous 1 and 2. Someone who has put over 100 hours into Persona 5.
Objection leading.
Right? Someone who has played all of the Uncharted trilogy, Uncharted 4, and The Lost Legacy, right? My PlayStation history cannot be questioned, alright?
Objection, Your Honor. Argumentative. Argumentative.
I rest my case.
So, all that to say, you still have not played The Last of Us.
And I admitted that at the start of this hearing or whatever the fuck this is. I admitted this.
Now,
alright?
would you say that The Last of Us 2 is one of your favorite games?
That is true, Your Honor.
And would you say that playing The Last of Us 2 will want to make you want to play The Last of Us 1?
I don't need to. Now, if they remake the first one, then yeah.
Objection, Your Honor. Leading, lack of foundation.
Interesting.
Why would I play something that I already know? Start to finish, what happens?
Well, let me bring in the first witness. Fiance Sammy, would you approach the bench, please?
Shit. What?
Now, you have seen countless hours of Yakuza 0, correct?
Yeah.
Speaking to the mic clearly, please.
Oh my god, yes.
And afterwards, did you want to play Yakuza 0?
Hell yeah.
Now, did seeing all of it on YouTube make you not want to play it?
No, I didn't even want to play it.
Why is that?
Because it looked fun as fuck.
And did you have fun as fuck?
I played it twice, so yeah.
And you're currently playing on what a device other than PC?
PlayStation 5.
Which makes it your what? Fourth or third playthrough?
Second and a half?
I rest my case. You fraud.
Your Honor, I don't see the correlation between the two. Yakuza 0 is a game that takes well over 50 hours to complete, whereas The Last of Us takes maybe 10 hours at best. So
Exactly. Your argument is not sound then.
So I just struggle to see the correlation between the two.
Your Honor, I'm gonna advocate for cutting everything after I struggle.
Sustained. Sustained.
Now for our final point, he struggles to play.
Now for our final point, I'll bring in the manga maniac, Walt. Now, would you?
You already brought him to the
objection.
Order in the court. Order in the court.
Why are you bringing him for a second time?
Order in the court. Well, now would you say that watching a game is the same as playing a game?
No.
I disagree. That is by no means the same.
Okay.
Nor did I say it was the same. I'm just saying for me personally.
Your Honor, I'm on the witness podium.
I'm just saying for me personally, I don't want to play a game from 2013 that I've already seen start to finish.
Objection.
Now, if this remake is true, I will happily play it.
Your Honor.
Okay, now hold up. Since we want to bring Yakuza into this, would you guys have played? Let's say for instance, Yakuza, the original Yakuza, if Yakuza Kiwami didn't exist.
Sir, Adoption leading.
Speculation.
We both played a classic game called Parasite Eve directly on our PS Vitas. So leading and
once again, I appeal to the jury here that one of the people here is obviously delirious. He was not in the right mind state, not only today, but also when playing Parasite Eve. He probably thought that was a game from 2020.
Hearsay.
Sustained.
Great.
All right, are we done?
We will continue next week. I appreciate everyone to be here. I know it has been a long week, but we
get in this trial right now.
Jury, please sit down.
We count Soul, the clone surveying wife, who's guilty of fraud of hosting a PlayStation podcast, not playing The Last of Us, and his debt to society will be to play The Last of Us remake for 50 hours and no less.
Plus 50 hours of community service.
Yes.
Well, I guess y'all better get those handcuffs ready because I'm not doing that.
Yep.
Your Honor, argumentative. Your Honor, cap.
Ah, fuck.
This
Stepped into the trap again.
This ends the trial of Soul. Thank you for coming. Stick around for the podcast, though.
Jesus Christ. All right, man.
Copyright.
We're almost an hour into this thing. We haven't talked about a single topic, man.
It was worth every little bit.
No, it wasn't.
Yes.
I've been waiting to do that all week, man. I'll tell you right now.
That's how he plays it.
Okay, so let's talk about fuck.
What the fuck?
Let's talk about the most recent thing that happened this past week, and that was Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the most boring name in the industry. So, Bob, I'm gonna let you take this one away as someone who did not play Fallen Order. So go ahead and go ahead and tell the audience why you're excited for this one.
Wait, so you did not play Fallen Order? That's interesting. I thought you did.
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
The cap.
I have no reason.
Okay. Well, in any case, have you played Fallen Order?
Oh wait, you know what?
I
I think maybe it was because this was the time when the legendary Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, right? That's when that movie came out, and I just wasn't in the Star Wars mood at that point. So after watching that movie,
I hear you. Yeah. But Walt, so you say you did play it, right?
Yeah, I played it.
Yeah, I mean, so the survivor aspect in this one, yeah, it is kind of a boring name. I will kind of agree with that. But in any case, the trailer itself hinted at the survivor, at least I think so. With that trailer, it was a full cinematic trailer. There was no great gameplay in it, but it actually had someone in a glass tube. Just kind of in their own spa moment there, and I have a feeling that's the last survivor or the survivor in the sense of the story. I don't think it really refers to Cal Kestis or anything like that, but I'm excited for it because it's another Star Wars adventure with Cal, and he's a great protagonist. I don't think it's a coincidence at all that this trailer premiered right alongside the actual premiere of the show Obi-Wan on Disney Plus, but yeah, we'll see what that kind of leads into. But apparently, Jedi Survivor. Was it
Jedi Survivor?
Yeah, Jedi Survivor. It actually see, I got confused on the name itself.
No, we're already forgetting it.
Jedi Survivor actually takes place like 5 years after the first game, so I'm interested to see like who's coming back. Because we did kind of get like a nice little group by the end of Fallen Order, so I'm wondering to see if anyone's coming back there. And I think it'd be really dumb if Cal doesn't have like his full extent of his Force powers by the beginning of this game. Like I like to start off strong, then finish off stronger, or depending wherever his story leads off into. But I'm really excited for it. It's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be next gen only. Respawn did a really, really great job with the first game, so there's no reason to not be excited for the next one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's one of those games where even if you haven't really seen much of the movies or shows, I think it's still, because I still haven't seen the original trilogy of Star Wars. I haven't seen two of the prequels. I've only ever seen Revenge of the Sith and the sequels. But knowing that this is like a game that is very much after the infamous Order 66 and like making sure that all the Jedi are taken care of.
Taken care of, you mean massacred?
Yeah. It's interesting just being constantly on the run and seeing Cal just become just a menace, just a complete, just badass. And he is a really good, not only the character itself, but the actor portraying him. Like he's a pretty cool dude, and the way he portrayed Cal, I like the branching out of the Skywalkers. I am on the side that I am super happy that we're touching more on other corners of the galaxy and other stories because, dude, like we needed to branch out. Like Skywalker, it's done. Let's touch other corners like Andor now with Ahsoka. Like everything they're doing now, like it's much more interesting and a different vibe to it. What I will say is that although the title is somewhat not boring, but it is very like simple, I assume it'll get the point across, just like Fallen Order did. Because Fallen Order is by no means a legendary title. It's cool. It's a cool title, but it's like pretty self-explanatory. It's the fall of an order, you know?
Yeah.
The Order of the Jedi. But it's like Survivor. For me, it made sense. For me, I'm seeing Cal more of this as the survivor because he is the survivor, a survivor. I can't wait to see how it goes. If it's next gen, bro, oh my god, the first one already looks amazing. I cannot imagine how this one will look.
Yeah, it is next gen, fully PS5, Xbox Series consoles, PC. Yeah, so it's full next gen.
I'm excited, really cool. Man. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I'm excited for 2028's Eclipse. You know. Pretty excited for that one.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Fallen Order and Survivor now, it falls in the period of in the Star Wars period where it's actually my favorite, where we're getting really just a fall of this really high and mighty republic that was in its high time and really fostering and doing all things that it could in the manner it is, and obviously the Jedi is being like such a high point in the society. And to see them really get crumbled down through deception and betrayal, and then the Order 66 that happened, in episode 3, was just really heartbreaking and so sad to see. But it's really interesting at the same time to see how all these Jedi is really adapted, which is why the Obi-Wan series is a really great reflection of that too, because we're going to see how he sort of adapted to everything, especially with all the trauma that Obi-Wan had to go through at the end of episode 3 and stuff like that. So it's cool to see like other different corners of the universe, like Walt is saying, where you get like different perspectives on it, and Cal's journey is one of them. So it's really, really cool to see where that's going to be leading to, because in Fallen Order they had an awesome like story point and pivot where there's some hope that can be restored for the Jedis, but obviously a lot of that is really murky, and a lot of it obviously didn't happen because of continuity, but also because Darth Vader is such an imposing figure, and he's not left out in the Fallen Order. It's like what they did with that and the Inquisitors and everything was so sick, man. Like I was absolutely hyped for everything in like the final third of the game. It was really cool stuff. So looking forward to like all those crazy story beats too in the second one.
Absolutely, man. And it's impressive just how even though it's like its own like kind of its own story in a way, but it leads up to something bigger, it's still outstanding how these games very much serve a means to an end, and that end being what's episode 6 titled?
That's Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi. That's the final one, right? Is that Luke versus Darth?
That's the final one of the old trilogy, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so like that's like the culmination of a lot of the things that we're getting now, like the end goal, which is essentially like making sure to stop what is the imposing figure that is Vader, and the Emperor.
Yeah.
Which now I'm starting to understand just how you can feel that Rise of Skywalker is what it is. What if it's boring? If it doesn't make sense? If it's disrespectful? Whatever people may call it. I've heard it being called many things, but the fact that you get this big culmination with Palpatine and Vader, and then Rise of Skywalker's, by the way, spoilers, whatever. Skywalker is very much the psych. He ain't dead. Now you really need to kill him. It's like it very, I guess it kind of like takes away from the like previous like victory. Same how like Last Jedi portrayed Luke, and like a lot of people just didn't vibe with it. I'm starting to understand the resentful part of the fan base, but at the same time, it's a fucking movie. You know, it's like whatever.
Yeah.
But I get it. I'm starting to understand it like a lot better. And so when Soul like talks about Rise of Skywalker, I'm like, oh, okay, now I get it a bit more.
Yeah,
I'm getting it.
It's a weird movie for sure. Even like looking back on it, like it's one of those things where you like a lot of people really harp on the lore and the timeline of Star Wars like to like a crazy amount, to the point where it's like a little obsessive, but like
Unhealthy,
like,
yeah.
but not unhealthy, just more just I think it's more like a healthy obsession where like this is something they really love.
That's the thing?
To see it like, yeah, of course it is. You're like
Healthy
that with Dark
obsession?
Souls. You're like that with Dark Souls, of course.
I don't have an obsession. It doesn't. I don't have an. Nah, y'all capping. Y'all capping.
I call bullshit on that.
Oh,
Sustained.
shut the fuck up. Ain't no obsession in this side of the woods. You can tell me I'm obsessed with Persona. I'm not obsessed with fucking Dark Souls.
Oh man, I don't know. So
Yeah,
what do you
y'all
think?
capping.
You think it's denying
Agree
this?
to disagree. Agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree on something I feel? Shut the hell up, Soul.
Whoa.
Said agree to disagree.
Since I've known you, you've been Dark Souls this, Dark Souls that.
Bro, that's some cap. I ain't got that.
Yeah, kind of, man. I when I first met you, I remember you came out the womb saying Dark Souls.
Shut the fuck up, man. That is by no means an obsession. You know what an obsession is? I tattoo shit on my body. I put my whole.
That's me.
I have a bonfire in the middle of my room. I become obsessed. I'm not obsessed.
In the middle of my room.
That's an obsession,
Hey,
my
man,
guy.
all I know is that when you came out the womb, you didn't look at your dad and say, "Daddy." You said, "Miyazaki."
Oh man. Is that true? Is that a real life story?
From the accounts, yeah.
I love the way you said it.
Miyazaki.
But in any case, yeah. I can see the contention.
Okay, healthy obsession. No, I get it. Yeah, no, I get it. Man, we
Yeah, I
really
can see
love to
contention
bust our
with
balls
Star
here,
Wars and
huh?
stuff, but yeah,
Yeah, we're not saying it's like an unhealthy obsession. Like I'm obsessed over plenty of things. Like it's not a big deal.
Yeah,
No,
it's,
it's just obsessed. Like the term of obsessing is not. It's like an antonym. Is that the word antonym? Antonimo.
yeah.
It's like
yeah.
opposite to what like a healthy like admiration for something. Because I don't think. I need to research it more, but I don't think obsession in and of itself is healthy.
I think
Nah,
I think you're thinking more of addiction than
Yeah, I
than
think
the
there's
word
healthy obsessions and unhealthy obsessions.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's
absolutely.
something I will come back to later in the future. I need to research it more.
that's our wall. But yeah, I mean that's all I got for Jedi Survivor. I almost said Fallen Survivor.
Cool, man. Fallen Survivor.
But yeah, man, they said it's slated for next year, so that's another for the books for 2023, man.
Yeah.
It's looking pretty stacked.
That's one scratched off my prediction list for State of Play too. Actually,
You think they were gonna show that at State of Play?
absolutely, yeah. A critically and praised what was it? Third person action game from Respawn. Star Wars,
that was,
absolutely, yeah.
But I think that was like marketed with Xbox last time, so I think
Yeah,
it'll be
yeah, it was.
same thing here. But I mean, I guess that kind of transitions into State of Play. So Sony announced that they're having a State of Play on, was it Friday? They announced this yesterday, right?
Yeah, they announced it yesterday. I think the State of Play is Thursday though.
Yeah. So yeah, the State of Play is on Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern, I believe. It will run for 30 minutes and will feature content from both third-party and upcoming games for PSVR 2. I'm already seeing people, um, especially I love my boy Pio, but come on, man, it was like they didn't deny God of War, so I'm like, come on, man. Again, it's the same song and dance. People get hyped for this. They're expecting the world. And then on the other side, they're gonna come out disappointed. It's the same cyclical goddamn nature of state of plays that we always go through every 3 months that we always go through, and I expect the same here. So so what are you guys expecting out of this state of play?
Yeah, I will let you
Cap.
go, Walt. Go for it.
Let's see. What am I expecting, man? Definitely not God of War at all. I do think God of War deserves its own state of play, like Horizon did.
Especially, yeah. Especially, yeah.
Yeah, especially that. Honestly, man, it just maybe like follow-ups on previous games or already set games, or the IPs that they have planned. They have like what, like it was like 25 IPs or whatever. I expect one of those new IPs to be announced. I expect a live service game to be announced. Out of the catalog that they're working on.
I don't expect any of that.
Yeah, keep in
But
mind,
they,
this is third party stuff.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
PSVR stuff.
yeah, man. Dude, the world doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. I expect VR. I mean, could this be a moment to like see VR, anything VR, or not?
Yeah, they said PSVR 2 games.
No, but like anything like here's the thing. There's VR and then there's VR because it's like VR. Oh yeah, we're looking forward. VR, like, oh yeah, it's ass.
What do you
You know?
mean?
Bro, do you have a VR? Do we have VRs? No. It ain't worth it yet. It ain't worth it. Do you think it'll be worth it? Do you think what they're gonna show is like gonna be worth it?
I don't. What your question was if they were going to show like VR games, and they
So
literally said
no,
that they're
that's
gonna
not.
show
No,
VR
if you
games.
need to keep up, man. Okay. So other thing I'm expecting, if it's a third party, man, you know who's third party? I'm gonna confirm a stereotype or an obsession. You know who's third party?
Yeah, I feel like I know you're going to mention. So go for it.
From Soft.
Okay, that's not what I was expecting. I was expecting you to say Resident Evil.
Oh,
I
bro.
was expecting him to say Atlas.
Oh, bro. Oh, man. Y'all know me. I love y'all. Honestly, man. No, man. I lost some little faith in Atlas and announcing it soon, dude. With the fucking merch that they announced, like, no, like, if anything, bro, like a port or something, or like bring something Atlas. Like it's Atlas. Atlas. Is there anything Atlas? I'd be happy as long as it's not the fighting game. Like another fighting game. But man, I don't know, Bloodborne remaster. At this point, I'm like Joe. I'm just delusional. But hey, I don't mind. I don't mind being delusional. I know who I am. I'm
Oh
not
man,
afraid
you're
of
really not making our last trial like really sound, bro.
what the delusions.
Yeah, you're saying you're delusional. You just took a stand on trial now. This is wild. We gotta do the trial all over again.
No, but the judge won't see this. Judge won't see this.
Everything's being recorded, man. So
I disagree.
oh right, because you don't watch them, so you wanna.
Yes, if I don't watch it, it doesn't exist. If I don't watch it, it doesn't exist. But yeah, man. No, honestly, I mean, we earlier we spoke about it. Resident Evil 4, the remake that they're so much hinting at. What, it's been like a year or 2 years since they last not confirmed it, but it's been like circulating around. Maybe something's Capcom, something Atlas. Honestly, at this point, I'm not even looking for a specific game. I just want a certain company to talk. I don't want no. Here's the thing. I'm all for indies, but like, golly, like give me some follow-ups. You know what I mean?
you better be careful, man. Apparently, we can't like AAA's anymore, so you better be careful.
Oh, true, man. Gotta be careful. The what is it? It was the burnout.
It's okay. We don't gotta bring up their names. It's okay.
Yeah, no. Either way, I'm offended. That's all I gotta say about that.
But no, to that point though, Street Fighter 6 has been kind of kicking around as something that could be possibly shown here, because they did say that they were gonna have more information during the summer. So like,
Could be Summerfest.
it could be that too. So it's a possibility.
Or
so
Evo.
Who knows?
Or Evo. Oh, true. But isn't Evo like PlayStation now?
Yeah. So I would assume Street Fighter 6 would be more at Evo than anything else.
Then, if anything, we see Evo during the state of play. Something Evo, right? Does that
maybe.
make sense?
Well, to that point, I think a DNF Duel has a chance of showing up at the state of play. As a sort of like not launch trailer, but like another sort of kickoff trailer for that game's release at the end of June, and obviously like a tie-in with Evo too. I don't think DNF Duel is actually being shown or at least being competed at in Evo this year, but regardless, I do think that DNF Duel is going to be in the state of play at least.
Yeah,
for
true.
sure.
I'm
That's a
definitely
PlayStation
expecting.
exclusive.
I'm definitely expecting, like, in terms of like VR, and I feel like Gene should have been here to talk about this because I feel like he would have prediction after prediction after prediction.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be cool if we did see Half-Life Alyx here. I
Yep, I
don't know. I don't know if Valve would do that. Like, I don't know. Valve always kind of, to me at least, they kind of seem like they go to like the beat of their own drums. So, like, I don't know if they would show up to a state of play and announce that, but who knows? I think Resident Evil 4 VR announcement could be pretty cool. That coming to
PS?
PSVR 2.
Yep.
But really, aside from that, like I'm really just expecting a lot of like small, really small things here. Kind of in the same vein of that JoJo fighting game that they announced in the last one. Or
The Battle Royale one?
Is it about
The Battle All Battle R.
or like All-Star?
All-Star Battle R, yeah. It's like a remake or remaster of
it's a remaster.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm expecting things of that kind of like level of like, Star Ocean or fucking Exo Primal, things like that. I'm expecting to be here.
True.
Not specifically like those games, but like games of like that like caliber.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know. Not too excited.
I mean, I'm fully expecting Final 16 to be there, 100%.
God, listen, from your lips to God's ears, man.
Yeah, man. God bless.
I'm fully expecting it, especially since we have news before where Yoshida said that the trailer was ready. June being the Final Fantasy month for all the fans out there, and so I fully expect it just to be there and be either a show ender with a release date.
Oh, dude, Callisto. Do you think Callisto might be there?
I hope so. That game looks
Callisto Protocol?
awesome. Yeah.
I mean, they're doing a Game Informer thing right now, so
Oh, they are okay.
yeah. So I don't know. I feel like they're gonna debut gameplay and stuff like that during this month, with the alongside Game Informer. So
Right.
Right.
but it's funny because we did have Shuhei come out. And I don't know if you guys saw it, but he was like, read closely. This will have third-party announcements and PSVR 2 stuff. Like, I feel like tempering expectations and telling everyone, like, no, God of War will not be here.
Which makes sense. I
that's.
I really
I feel
don't
like that's
expect
too
God of War
obvious.
Ragnarok to be there like at all. Like,
It's a headliner. It's like, what do you?
Yeah,
I don't know. At this point, you're just doing yourself a
thing.
disservice. Yeah, no, honestly. It needs its own Hogwarts Legacy style showcase.
Yeah, I figure they will do that, but kind of like to Gene's point last week, it does feel like the clock is kind of ticking in terms of like, when, I mean, we are already pretty much halfway through the year, and like marketing kind of needs to start like like now, you would imagine. But I mean, then again, we did have the game just get rated in Korea, so that would lead us to believe that something is coming imminent. So I don't know. I'm to be honest, I am a bit surprised that this state of play was announced in the first place, because I had imagined that if they were, which I was not expecting them to do anything in June aside from maybe a God of War centric state of play. I was expecting that if they were going to do something this month, that it would be a full-fledged showcase. But to find out that this isn't that this isn't that, then I'm kind of like, okay, like, when are you guys gonna do that eventual God of War thing? Like, I don't know. It does feel like the clock is ticking. So
yeah, but the fact that the game is rated is telling enough for sure. I told you guys in the DMs before how Xenoblade was revealed in February, got rated like a week or so afterwards, like close to March, and it got pushed up to the release date in July. So that's like what? It's like a 5 month gap. So that's where I could really expect God of War to come in November or October, for doing the math here. But even then, the fact that again it got rated and then we have merch already, and some of that, well, some of the merch was being released in September. I could definitely see the game like released in October and November.
So more fall and not so much the holiday.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
But
It's
I mean,
it's
yeah.
Ragnarok, man. It's winter. You gotta release it in Christmas.
But yeah, I mean, as far as other state of play predictions, we did see, we saw it a couple times actually, where Sony had Avatar Frontiers of Pandora up for like as far as like their third party deals page alongside like Hogwarts and a couple of others.
Is
So
that slated for this year?
yeah, the last trailer was slated for a 2022 release, so I do expect to see an update trailer for this state of play at least.
Yeah, I don't think that's too. Yeah, I think that's a good prediction.
Yeah, so I expect to see that one in there. Not Hogwarts, obviously we just saw that. Maybe that's more like a Summer Games Fest where they reveal the release date. But yeah, for me the big ones are Final Fantasy 16 and Avatar, are like the two things I expect to see here. And I really think we're going to see like an RE8 VR to go along with the launch
the
for
DLC.
That would be cool.
or the DLC to go
The
along
DLC
with
that
like
they have planned out.
the PSVR 2 announcements, because 20 games, that's a lot, man. That's a lot of games that they're going to be like giving like little snippets of. I think they said only like several of the games, but if you really want to sell like the next gen VR headset device, in my opinion, go out with the bangers. You know, whether it be like Resident Evil, I think Half-Life Alyx is a really really good prediction for as a launch title. That'll make it really really good for PlayStation if they got that as a launch title.
Yeah, for sure.
All I hear is great things about it.
It'll be pretty
Yeah,
cool.
man. Give up that Lady D DLC. You know.
Sheesh, if they have that game in VR, that's gonna be pseudo porn right there with her in there.
Prawn. Pseudo
But
prawn.
yeah, man, I really don't know. I'm not expecting much, to be honest, from this.
Good.
But we'll see what happens, man.
That's how it should be.
I mean,
I mean, you know, the
I'm
track-
excited. I'm excited.
God bless, then.
Well,
God
just because the
bless.
entire month is crazy. We got the state of play, then the Sega announcement happening like a day afterwards. We also got the Xbox showcase like some week afterwards, and then the PC game showcase, I think it is. And obviously the Final Fantasy 7 announcements and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm excited for the beginning of June, man. It's gonna be really hype. And then like to follow up all that, then DNF Duel like a couple weeks afterwards at the end of the month. Yeah, man.
True.
I'm really
And Macho, didn't we get the other day? We got some Quarry gameplay, right?
Yeah. Actually, that's coming out June 10th. Actually,
Yeah.
which
So that's
is nice,
another one.
too. Yeah, for sure. So
That's another solid
So
one.
June's gonna be
Yeah.
awesome, man. I'm really excited. Regardless if the state of play is weak or not. Again, I have my expectations, but other than that, I'm just really excited for the entire month in general.
Do you think we'll see some Forspoken?
No,
I fucking hope not.
I don't think so. I think after that gameplay like reveal, I think they're good.
They're good.
until like closer to launch. Yeah,
They're like, whoever buys it, they already know.
yeah. I have a
already
feeling we
know.
won't even be getting a state of play of that for it either. So.
Yeah.
Did
Or
we already
showcase.
get one? Or no?
Not you mean like a gameplay breakdown? I mean more like something like that.
Yeah, we didn't get one like that. It was just
Not a breakdown. It was just a showcase, kind of.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. That was more on Game
Um,
Informer's thing.
All right, so yeah, we'll see what state of play brings, man.
Predict one battle royale. Someone's gonna do a battle royale.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Grand Theft Auto 6 or Bully 2 is gonna be announced. Just you wait.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yes, sir.
We'll see about that, man. I don't know.
Red Dead
We'll call-
Redemption
Do you
Remaster.
do you expect to see Atlas at this thing, Walt? What do you
Yes.
think, buddy? Really?
I think
I'm
they're
just
sa-
manifesting at this point, man.
They're saving it for their P Super Live concert or whatever it's called.
You think? Really?
Yeah, they always announce games at that.
Yeah, man. But like, this is like, if they were to announce what we're expecting, I mean, I don't think we're getting a P6 announcement until like they're done with these announcements that they have planned out. Uh, if anything, I know that they did the survey. What was it, like 2 weeks ago, a week ago? I don't know if that'll mean anything, but I know that a lot of people are like fighting for a fucking port. But we'll see, man. I wouldn't mind a collection of all the old school personas for PlayStation. Maybe they announce that with the subscriptions. That'd be cool.
Yeah, knowing Atlas, they probably just put it on the subscription instead of doing a full remasters because they're weird.
Yeah, or more mouthwash, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, yeah, man. So we'll see on Thursday, man.
Yes, sir.
So I guess the big topic that happened this week was Sony had their IR day this past week. Something that we knew was coming for a little bit. Um, so there was a bunch of news that came out from that. I'm not sure how podcast interesting it is to really talk about. So I guess if you guys have anything specifically you wanted to point out, feel free to before we get into the movie and TV stuff. But yeah, is there anything specifically you guys wanted to point out that happened during the IR day briefing?
Other than that, there's like the want for a PS5 is absolutely astronomical. No.
Yeah. I mean, like, honestly, like the stuff that they kind of broke down here is kind of like, again, like kind of boring to talk about on a podcast. Like, obviously, like the PC sales was cool. That was cool to see, like, broken down. Days Gone at the bottom where it belongs, you know. So
God damn.
Yeah.
I guess
What was
I guess we
insane is reading like the fact that they sold how many PS5s per minute was like 1,000 units or whatever.
No, I think it was
like
more than that.
80K,
Yeah.
80K, I think.
Yeah, in
Which is
82 minutes.
nuts. That is absolutely insane, dude.
Yeah.
People want them, man.
Um, let's see.
Yeah. And I think they're like what what was it, number 6 or something like that as far as like brands, like most recognizable brands in the world.
Which is
Something like
weird
that.
because like some of those brands I had never heard of. Like obviously Apple was like number one, but like besides that, I couldn't tell you what the other five in there do. So,
Yeah, I don't remember
um,
that one, honestly.
yeah, I think one of the things I wanted to touch on that I thought was pretty cool is sort of their strategy about like expanding their IPs beyond gaming. So obviously we know, and we'll touch on the TV stuff in a little bit, but obviously you know their plans with TV and movies. They pointed out broadening their franchise awareness. And not only through like TVs and movies, but they also pointed out like in ways that they could do this through retail. And specifically, they mentioned the Horizon like Lego set, that apparently being like a big deal for them. So I thought that was pretty funny how like you know when they talk about sort of broadening their gaming IPs beyond just like gaming itself, and you know one way that they can do that is through Legos, and I don't know, I thought that was pretty funny.
I mean, yeah, Legos are insanely popular, dude. Like, I just
Yeah.
for my fiance's which by the way, shout out to my fiance for graduating school and getting a doctorate in physical therapy. So shout outs to her, man.
Yeah, so
Clack, clack,
Ye-
clack.
Yeah, but so for a graduation gift, I bought her Thor's hammer, the Lego set, and that thing is massive and is super cool. So like even like in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, that thing's really cool. I wonder what other stuff they got. I'm looking at the Horizon Zero Dawn one, and they got one for Star Wars. I'm like, so think of like having PlayStation kind of branch out into more of like those the toy like industry or so to speak. Same thing how they did with the Funko Pop with Sly Cooper and stuff like that. Like I would love to get kind of stuff like that of PlayStation icons. That'd be pretty cool.
yeah, yeah. So and then sort of like the other thing was, I guess the other big thing that happened during this briefing was Sony sort of aiming to diversify its portfolio, and like people see the live service initiative and the push towards that, and people get scared. But like again, and I feel like we've talked about this on this podcast before, that it does like these aren't like mutually exclusive things. Like they want to like obviously like just like get bigger in terms of like their output. Like just because they're chasing like they're doing more live service doesn't mean we're getting less single player. I feel like it's the opposite. Like we're getting both. And we also saw that they are in terms of like their first party investment, like the business model. Like the live service and traditional is still going to be like close to a 50-50 split, and then on top of that also we're getting a 50-50 investment on new IPs versus the IPs that they already have going right now, which I think is pretty crazy because you compare that number to like previous fiscal years, and like there was numbers that was like 80-20 and like 70-30, and just to see that they're really doubling down on new franchises, I think is really really exciting. And I think that goes to a number that Herman Hulse brought up earlier, that like on top of like the 25 PlayStation Studio games that are in development right now, I believe 10 of them, or more than half, I think he said more than half, are new IPs. So that was really really cool to see that kind of broken down.
Yeah, that's great because I would love for at least each generation for PlayStation to be defined by their games, and we've seen that time and time again. It's from PS1 to PS4, and hopefully the same with PS5. We have our
or
established franchises, then we have our new IPs, which is really cool.
or even not just like by our games, but more specifically by like new franchises. And like you know like PlayStation Studios, like they're really good at like the PS2, like Naughty Dog, that was their Jack era. Insomniac, that was their Ratchet era. Sucker Punch, that was their Sly era. And then PS3, like Sucker Punch, that was their Infamous era. Naughty Dog, that was their Uncharted era, like et cetera, et cetera. I feel like each generation has like these studios like going into something brand new. I feel like you may see a little overlap this generation, right? Because like obviously Sucker Punch will still be doing Ghost of Tsushima, and you would imagine Guerrilla is doing Horizon 3, but obviously Guerrilla is going to be working on a new IP as well, or they have another game in development as well. So yeah, I don't know. I've always appreciated that about PlayStation, is that like it feels like with each and passing generation that there's always like something new coming out of their eternal teams. Like they never stay too long on their franchises, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So yeah, always
Yeah,
appreciated that.
I definitely felt like as was a did like you don't hear as many people talk about. You still hear like Last of Us, you still hear Uncharted, but like things like Ratchet and Clank, which was a bit older, it's not as talked about. Even though Rift Apart came out, and it's still like not one of their, top regarded. Quality wise, it's phenomenal. But like, I was on the train that was like, oh yeah, there was an era for this franchise, and I feel like we're past that. But I agree, I can see the different types of eras that they have, which is nice because they evolve with the times. We'll see what the next era is. The next big era, rather.
Yeah.
Sort of touching back on the live service aspect. Jim Ryan did say that they have two new live service games that have not been announced yet, that are planning to release before March 2023. And
Jim Ryan.
this isn't including Destiny either. So you would assume that one of them is Factions, whatever form that takes.
Yep.
So what is the other one that you guys think could possibly be the game that hasn't been announced yet that could be releasing between now and March 2023?
My
Ghost
goodness.
Ghost of Tsushima's live service.
Tsushima?
Yeah.
Tsushima.
If if we're talking about like really quick output, I would assume that because they have the foundation for everything. Now it's just a matter of forming into battle passes and ironing out the kinks and all that kind of stuff, and including new abilities and all that jazz. So I have a feeling it will be somewhat of that, especially since the Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer right now. I think they ended it, right. They put out like a final patch to say, yeah, this is the final patch of the game, or for that multiplayer service. They did that recently, so I assume it'd be something along those lines and kind of carrying that into a live service. But if we're talking something like a new game, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is Haven, but I don't remember how long they've been in development for.
Nah, they literally their studio just opened up last year, so
Yeah, okay. All right, well, there you go.
yeah, so I don't think it's them at all. I don't think they're anywhere close.
I don't know. Then
But aside from like a studio, like what game do you want to see? Like what do you think PlayStation needs or would benefit there? What type of game or what kind of game? Like pitch me an idea.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not Jim Ryan.
I don't know. He's over here pitching all these ideas, man.
Well, I'm just
But
thinking more of like the studio itself, or like what they're going to be doing, and the only thing I could really think of if they wanted that quick output would be the Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer. Other than that, I don't really like have a clue. Like if especially if it's something new, I really don't know.
Yeah,
What
'cause
we're not.
I imagine like I don't know. I still think it's too early to see the game from Deviation and from Firewalk as well.
Yeah,
There's people. I must have missed this, but a lot of people are bringing up that Arrowhead, the team behind Helldivers, that there's Helldivers 2 that's been rumored for a while, and that's a PlayStation exclusive, and people are saying that is coming out like
Interesting.
soon.
Wasn't that on
Um,
PS Plus ones?
I have no idea.
I think so.
Um,
Is that the isometrical like shoot 'em up or whatever?
yeah, I think so.
Helldivers? Okay.
But yeah, apparently that's something that's been in the works for some time. So like, I think that's a possibility, and I also think Twisted Metal is a possibility. But then there's also the whole thing about that being handed off to Fire Sprite recently. So like, how ready is that game? How long has that game been in development at Lucid before it was handed off to Fire Sprite? Um, I don't know, but I'm leaning towards those two if I had to put money on it. Um, So yeah, we will see. Really, aside from that, there's not too much really to talk about to be honest. From there, um,
No.
yeah,
Yeah,
obviously
because I mean,
we'll.
everything is anything
Oh,
else that would be speculations.
so obviously, sort of like again talking about the live service, that they project that the number of live service franchises at SIE by fiscal year 2025, which I believe ends like or like early 2026, I believe, is 12. So they're going to have 12, like something along the lines of 12 live service games between now and early 2026 release, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous to kind of think about. But again, I don't like this doesn't mean that we're getting less of the tried and true single player games. Like I will still get, you know, whatever Corey's new game is, we'll still get a new IP from Naughty Dog, we'll still get the new IP from Ben Studio and et cetera, et cetera. Like I don't know, to me this is just like we're getting more, not less. So yeah, I don't know.
yeah, we're getting more of that variety people kept complaining about
And
for
like,
multiplayer games.
exactly, I was literally just about to bring that up. Like, haven't people been complaining for the longest time that Sony doesn't do multiplayer games and things like that. So like now they're like really really investing heavily into this stuff, and now people now people all of a sudden are like I don't know like mad about it or something. I don't know, man. People are I don't know.
No. Like I get the argument of Sony having like a set first party approach, the over the shoulder situation, like, but saying that there's no complaining about one thing and the other. I mean, at this point, it's like we're just complaining about everything because if you're at Xbox, oh, there's no exclusive, but if we're in Sony, oh, there's no multiplayer. It's like, oh man, I don't know what to tell you. Get a PC. Get a PC. Like at this point, just let the games flow. It's not like we don't have alternatives. I feel like we're in 2022. We're in a spot where there's enough games to avoid complaining. So at this
I
point, it's
agree.
just bitching and moaning.
I agree.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I guess the last thing that we can talk about before, or we can just quickly touch on before we get into the movie stuff, is again sort of on that point of expanding not only like beyond gaming but also like beyond the console. And I believe even Jim Ryan said that in the past that they've been very like narrow focused on the traditional console, and now they're kind of realizing that like no, like there's obviously money to be made in the PC space, in the mobile space. That there's untapped audiences over on those platforms. So yeah, I think that's going to be a really really good thing for them at the end of the day to have their games available to more players. So yeah,
Yeah.
I expect that that they will be making even more money than they are now in the next few years as they
And I,
continue to do that.
and I think that a strategy, I mean, I am by no means on their team, but if they keep releasing PS and PC, they can think about how the Steam Deck is gonna like keep rolling out and more people are gonna get their hands on it. And if you do Steam, if you do PC, automatically you could make sure that these games are Steam checked, or Steam Deck checked, and verified, and I feel like you're gonna have an audience that they would like, they like what the Vita was, but they're not gonna get that anymore. But they're gonna be able to have that alternative. Oh, I can play PlayStation games on the go, not exclusively only those, but you're gonna have that option with the Steam Deck. I feel like there's something there for them to take advantage of.
For sure.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so let's move into sort of, I guess, the main topic of the week. From this IR briefing, Sony continued to talk about their sort of plans for expansion beyond the console, and they talked about PlayStation Productions. They brought up the examples of the Uncharted movie, as well as like having that release sort of alongside the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection. They obviously talked about the Last of Us HBO show that's coming out soon. But then they also confirmed that the God of War Amazon thing is real. It's happening. On top of that, they also revealed that Horizon is getting a TV show on Netflix, and then they also announced that Gran Turismo is getting a TV show. We don't know where that's ending up, but they announced that. Um, so, boys, we have God of War confirmed, Horizon confirmed, and Gran Turismo all confirmed to have video game adaptations on TV. So, how do you guys feel about that?
This is not for us. This is not for the fans. I just have a feeling these are going to be shows that are absolutely not for us. For people that love the games and want more of it, or just more of that content, it's probably not going to be for us. Just have that
Honestly,
feeling.
I hear TV, not automatic. I don't automatically think live action. Like I could see if they go for like a God of War, like Castlevania style, and they go that kind of style, or like touching on previous iterations of the story, or a spin-off kind of deal. I don't know. I feel like that'd be a good opportunity for you. I mean, this is something I would like. I don't know if this is what they're going for, but I would like to see like a condensed version of God of War, like the original God of Wars, like animate God of War 1 or animate God of War 2 in like a show setting or like an animation setting, if that makes any sense.
That's what I want, man. I don't want this to be a live for God of War specifically, man. Like I don't know how you even like replicate that in a live action setting. It's the same thing with like the Avatar movie, man. It's just not gonna look as cool. Like, but if you and I feel like you kind of like substitute that or kind of fill in those glaring holes by making it an animated series, and you can really just go like balls to the wall, like absolutely insane with the animation and the art style, like because we all know that God of War is, at least the old ones are, this over the top, ridiculous, gory,
Yeah,
really
Amazon Prime will eat that up.
really action oriented, kind of like Titan, and like I feel like that's better translated in an animated series than making it live action. Like I just don't know how well you can really translate that in a live action setting. But yeah, I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I think so. Here's the thing, right? Pre God of War 2018, they could have done it. But because we got spoiled with such a fantastic game that was God of War 2018, you could do that game live action. Like you could do what happened in that game live action and make it look good. But because we got that, whatever comes now will just feel like more or lesser, maybe, than 2018. I feel like pre that game, if that game never existed, you could do that in live action form. Because it's not, God of War 2018 is by no means, the top, over the top action that like God of War 3 was. That's something that that would look horrendous. If you try to do God of War 3 live action, imagine the Titans being CG. Like it'd be like Clash of the Titans or Wrath of the Titans all over again. Not that it's garbage movies, but it would feel like it would not feel God of War. I feel like because God of War is like you said, it's balls to the wall, like it's gory as all hell. If we go pre 2018.
Yeah, that's what I really feel for Horizon too. Like I feel like a live action would be like a really bad idea with that series.
But I feel like with Horizon, you can very much get away with like you see these games like the 100, the 100, or even Mando. Mando has episodes that are set in worlds that very much are like nature, like settlements that were built on nature, and that's what Horizon. You can replicate the feeling and the vibe. I think it all comes down to the story because Horizon, God of War, Uncharted, these are all regarded for their visuals, but also their storytelling, and I think that's what you have to nail. But again, how do you allocate those resources? Making sure that it both looks good or practical, and it's a well written. There's dialogue and story. That's why I think Uncharted was so. I'm surprised that it did as well as it did because Uncharted was always about the banter and the back and forth between Nathan and everyone, and the action, and Nathan being goofy and very charismatic, and they pulled it off somehow. They're their own iteration of it, but with Horizon, also it's like. You already see people like there's already people fighting over 2 different actresses to play Aloy, and like what type of Aloy do you do? Do you do young Aloy, old Aloy? Are you even going to do Aloy? Is this a different story in the Horizon world? Because that's a big thing, right? I'm all for these live actions or not live actions, like movies, TV shows. But are we touching on the same protagonist that we're touching on the game? Because I don't mind if we explore other corners of that world.
I feel like you have to.
Do you have to have to? Because with Horizon, I mean, I know that we're here in this podcast, especially so you've let it be known how you're not a fan of some of the side characters of Horizon. So like, I'm not expecting a show that centers on Varl or something, but like a show that is more about like a gap that we didn't see in Horizon. I don't know, Aloy being trained from young to old, because there's like literally a time skip in the game. Do you go?
And that's where these things can be good. They can be additive to the
Horizon, main source.
Yeah, to the Horizon universe, where maybe you can make me care about Varl, right? Because you're not. It's not going to be a 1-to-1 like exact. The game version of Varl in the TV version, right? It's going to be, for all intents and purposes, maybe like a more in-depth version or just a different version of that character altogether. Like, who knows? Maybe we'll like that version of Varl more than the game one. It's completely possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think you absolutely have to focus on Aloy.
On the protagonist.
Yeah, because that's the foundation of everything. If you're looking to add stuff to that universe, do like a show, you're gonna have the MCU problem where people are coming in and be like, I don't really understand this reference or what's happening here or what's really going on, and like we need that character to like be our lens through the world, and Aloy was that character. Having anyone else be that, it would be kind of weird.
I guess you could also do. It depends on the game, because I think with Last of Us, although we're doing Joel and Ellie, I would be super down to watch a show where you explore Tess's like life or her like struggles in the world and how she became who she was, because we barely got any of Tess. That was one of the characters that I was very interested in, like, why do they have this relationship? And again, Joel would be in the equation, but like the focus would be on Tess, like kind of like that. I don't know. And Uncharted, I could very much. We played a game that was Chloe Fraser, so why not make a show or a movie that is with Chloe or is with, I don't know, just Sully or just Sam? Because I feel like these games are very different to Horizon, to where Horizon is more, Horizon is more open world. There's one vessel, which is Aloy, and you experience the game through her. Uncharted is very much depending on its interactions with the people around them. But like, what, aside from God of War, what other property would you like to see animated rather than live action?
Well, that's the thing that can kind of tie into like the next thing that they pointed out, was that they have, I believe, a total of 10 projects currently in development at PlayStation Studios.
Yeah.
So we know obviously Last of Us is one of them. Now we know Gran Turismo, Horizon, God of War joined that list. We have Twisted Metal, which would be 5. We have the Ghost of Tsushima movie, which is 6. I don't know if I don't know if Jack and Daxter is one of them because
Yeah, I was about to say that one. Yeah.
because the director of Uncharted said he was in talks with PlayStation to do that, but like I don't know if that's a confirmation that it's actually happening. So we're missing about like 3 or 4. What do you guys think are the other like 3/4 IPs that you would want to see adapted into a TV or movie, and like what are the ones that you think will ultimately get that treatment?
I think instead of Ratchet and Clank, we get a Rivet and Kit movie.
That'd be cool.
Interesting.
I think we can see that, and obviously I want to say Sly Cooper, but we'll see what really happens. But if they decide to bring back Infamous, I think it'd be really cool to get an Infamous show.
You have to get rid of that ugly ass animation and art style that they use, that wonky CG that they used for the Sly Cooper trailer way back when.
Big facts.
You have to get rid of that, dude.
Big facts.
I don't know in whose right mind was it to actually put that out there and think that people would like that. Like,
hey, man. PlayStation said the same thing. It was like, nah, cancel this shit. We don't want that.
they did, yep. Like a week later.
Keep that one in the drafts. But yeah, I mean, I really, really want them to bring back Infamous, and to make an Infamous superhero show could be really cool.
But not. Do you mean superhero show like superhero vibes, like the MCU, or like?
No. Leave it ground level. Cole McGrath,
gritty.
Yeah. Do the whole 9 yards. Like,
Cole McGrath. Oh, so you want to go back to the OG?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, not Delson Rowe. No. give me Cole McGrath. Give him the amp and all that jazz. Let's go to the actual like pseudo the New Orleans city with the ice and fire powers. Like, I want all of that.
Bro, imagine an Infamous movie, but Spider-Verse inspired, and like you could put Fetch in there, and like her neon powers, you could very amplify that with like the animation style with how they did in Spider-Verse. I think that would look amazing. That would look incredible.
Well, the thing is about animation though, Walt, is that animation is very expensive.
It is.
I don't see PlayStation investing that much into it, let alone doing what something like HBO does with Game of Thrones, or what Netflix is doing with Stranger Things, where they're putting like what, $30 million into one episode alone. I don't see PlayStation doing that with any of their shows.
I mean, they're doing with Last of Us doing HBO, no?
But how much are they spending per each episode?
And that's not animation wise.
But the money's there, no?
I was saying, I don't know. Like, do you know how much they're spending on each episode?
Hey man, just get Microsoft to write you a check. I don't know.
My man, no, like I'm totally asking, like, do you know how much they're spending? Because like I don't know. That's my next question.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I know. No, here's the thing.
Okay.
I just don't want to think about an Infamous live action. Because how would those powers look? I don't want to think about that, man.
Well, it won't look like the Flash. I think we can rest assured it won't look like that. All right. It won't look like that garbage.
Because it's like, if you tell me Ghost of Tsushima live action, I am like all in. Because we already have had, it makes super sense. Like, even make it a Kurosawa, like, make it black and white. I will watch that movie. I will watch the hell out of that movie. But, like, to the point of, like, whatchamacallit? Like, even Infamous or, oh my god, I had it at the tip of my tongue. It was Infamous, there's Ratchet, there's Jack. Oh my god, I had it in my mind. What was the other property? Okay, don't make fun of me. But I think, and this is animated again. This is all my pitches are animated because they look cool as hell. But a Demon Souls animated, like Castlevania-esque, like something like that would be amazing. Like those fights, bro. The fights with all the bosses. Oh my god,
I don't think Demon Souls, but come on, Walt, finish it. Finish my sentence. You know
The Born. Bro, no, do you want me to have it with the comics? Do you want me to have a heart attack? Do you want me to just like want everything to be animated now? I'm gonna literally, if there's an announcement that's like Bloodborne, like the animation or whatever, you're gonna hear it's gonna be me disappearing.
That's
That would look amazing, bro.
yeah.
Oh my god.
That was the other animated. If we're talking about anime stuff, that was the other one I was thinking of, like a Bloodborne, because they're looking at Castlevania, you're like, oh damn, we could do that but better,
Dude.
you know, with
Oh
Bloodborne.
my god. What about the studio that did Arcane? Like, what could they do? What do you think they could do for these properties? Which property do you think they would do justice?
I don't know. So, do you have anything in mind?
Um,
You guys did Arcane.
I mean, Bloodborne is the one that comes to mind. But yeah, I don't know because we don't really have like anything that would really that closely resembles like League of Legends or Arcane specifically. So yeah, I really don't know. I mean, I guess my fallback answer would definitely be God of War again. Like I truly in my heart of hearts believe that would be more like better suited towards being animated instead of a live action thing. Like, I have no interest, like not a single interest in seeing The Rock jumping around and cutting down Titans.
You know it would be The Rock. You know it would be The Rock who would play Kratos.
I just have no interest in it.
And Tom Holland is Atreus.
Like that doesn't get me out of bed in the morning, you know?
No, that makes me want to stay in bed. But straight up then, so like, what would you want to see animated from God of War? Like, what gap would you want filled, or what story would you want retold?
I don't know. I mean, I guess you have to start at the beginning, like, which I'm more excited to see the 2018 stuff be adapted, but like, of course, they have to start at the Greek stuff. So like, yeah, I don't know. I guess the thing I would really love to see animated is the Kronos fight. I think that would look fucking.
Oh my god,
incredible.
that would look insane.
Yeah, but yeah, no,
I feel like if you're gonna do from the beginning, first episode, hands down, the cliffhanger has to be like the reveal that it's his family that he just struck down, and it's like, and then second episode, it's like a week later because it'll be weekly. That's something that I like with these. It's like Last of Us. I want these to be weekly. I don't want these to be a binge situation. I want people to talk about it like they're doing with Disney, or 3 batch episodes. That's a big thing with these shows.
That's why I don't really have a lot of hope for Horizon Zero Dawn's show adaptation being animated but being live action. Because it's gonna be like one binge worthy show, and everybody's gonna forget about like the week afterwards, and no one's really gonna talk about it.
Damn.
Because I don't know, man. It's tough. Like if you're gonna do robot dinosaurs, in my opinion, that should be
That's difficult.
that should be animated. I think that thing's gonna cost so much damn money. It's not even funny. No matter how they do it. With Mandalorian, I think they could probably cut some corners because in Mandalorian, a lot of it is just kind of practical effects. But one of the things they actually started doing, and now in TV production, now post COVID, is that they'll have these actors just stand in front of like a basically like I think it was like a not an LCD screen, but they have them stand in front of a screen that mimics like actual background effects that they're not using CG for. So the Batman did it as well, which they can do for Horizon Forbidden West to really sell you like this place being alive. But the biggest thing is like the robot dinosaurs, which I'm sure like that's going to cost a pretty penny to produce any one of those things. If we're going off of like the animations of the game, you know. So
Just a whole green screen, just a green screen in the background with all the dinosaurs in the back.
Also, let's be honest, that Mandalorian has that Disney money, so you know, they can do that.
That's and that was the other thing I was thinking too. So I was like, man, that's Netflix money. Ooh, yeah. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I'm already concerned for Horizon because of that.
Yeah, for sure.
But like,
even though they dumped a lot of money into Arcane, and Arcane's obviously one of the best animated shows, like as it looks currently, but still, man, I don't know.
Who, Riot?
And like I think
Netflix
it could.
Does Arcane.
Oh, Netflix.
And I think Horizon like could be cool if like, I mean, I don't know how you would do the old ones plot line. Like, do you make that like the whole like beginning of the show and have that lead into like Aloy's time? Like, do you focus on Elizabeth Sobek like at for like the first 2 episodes and her interacting with like the alphas and Ted Faro, and then like do we actually get to see like the fall of the world? Do we get to see
Oh, that'd be something I'd like to
uh
see.
Operation Enduring Victory? Do we get to see that? And then Sobek and the alphas going inside of the place or whatever. Like, do we get to see that stuff, and then eventually it moves into Aloy's timeline? Or like,
Oh
I,
my
I
god.
wonder, how do you do that? Do you have flashbacks of Elizabeth Sobek's time running in conjunction with Aloy, like parallel, like going back and forth between those two timelines? Like, I don't.
Yeah.
That could be really
That's
interesting
how
they
I
decide
see it. I
to
see it
handle
more
that.
as like nightmares set for Aloy or anything like
No, I
that.
was about to say like no, don't even bring Aloy's situation. Just make a show where it's just Elizabeth Sobek, and like make it a drama, or make it like a politically intrigued like drama where you see everything from the inception of Horizon Zero Dawn or Project Zero Dawn all the way to a time skip where they show you like Aloy being born. You know, like it being what like, because here's the thing, like I feel like with the voice messages, the audios, with everything that's in the game, you can leave Easter eggs in that show if you're gonna make a show and it's based on the old ones. Like there's some, like there's an audio in Forbidden West where it's this pilot lady that she's like telling like, oh, tell my family that I tried and I couldn't make. I'm not saying that specifically, but make it where in the show there's a scene where they're trying to move some cargo, and you hear the lady leave this message, and it's like, oh, I know that audio. That's from this part of the game. Oh, I remember that. Like, make it something where it calls back to things in the game, but you're telling the old one storyline. I feel like it'll be easier to produce because you're not relying on robots, robot dinosaurs or robot animals, but you're very much focusing on a better produced drama and an intriguing plot line where there's Ted Faro, there's Tate, there's the different motivations, there's the production of the, oh my god, the spider looking ones, the things that they made that they're like supposed to counteract Project Zero Dawn, the things that the, what's it called, the cauldrons produce, or Pharaoh, I think he produced them. They're like the demon looking things. Do you remember the names of those?
I just don't know, like, if they would do that, because like, at least to me, like one of the most interesting things about that the old ones plot line and all that stuff was,
Well, the vagueness.
well, like Aloy's direct like reaction to like learning, like having these revelations, like revealed to her. So like learning about how the alphas died, and literally having Aloy walking into that, and having the air rush out from that side. Her going to, I think it's called Elysium, where like the clones are actually like produced, like kind of technically like where she was born, like going in there. Like, I don't know, I feel like to me it would make more sense having like that storyline running in parallel with Aloy's at the same time, because then you can, just like the game, you can have Aloy going to Gaia Prime and literally learning about what happened to the alphas, and then you could cut to a really quick flashback of like the conversation of like Ted Faro talking to the alphas before he kills them, right? Like, I don't know, I feel like that could be more interesting than just like focusing on having Elizabeth Sobek, talking scientific mumbo jumbo to the audience for like 2 episodes straight before everything goes to hell. But at the same time, I would like to see Operation Enduring Victory and things like that. So I don't know.
Yeah,
don't know.
because I feel like instead of having flashbacks of Elizabeth Sobek, then have Elizabeth Sobek having like us having glimpses into the future. Like, where do you focus then your energy on? Because like Tamacho's point, and this is where I'm like focusing on, is the fact that they'd have to produce like some high quality tech in the future. Because as much as the past, like the old ones, there was a lot of technology and whatnot. There wasn't an overabundance of nature and technology in conjunction. I feel like that'll become very difficult to produce if you don't have the budget for it.
Yeah,
I think
we'll see how much money Sony wants to fess up for it. You know what I mean?
the whole bank.
Hey, Netflix signed up for this, so they need to put their money where the mouth is. They wanted
Yeah.
this. They went after Horizon specifically, right? I'm sure they had
That's
a
so
bunch of
bold.
suitors clamoring for Horizon, and Netflix was the one who wanted it apparently. So they have to put the money to really make this work if
They
want it
must
to
they
be
must have had like
successful.
an amazing pitch for PlayStation to be like, let's go with them.
Bro, the thing
And-
is, they're working on Last Airbender. They're working on One Piece. Look at how Cowboy Bebop was not even scientifically like insane like Horizon is, and look at how that show turned out.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other thing that I wanted to point out, which was a great point made by this movie centric YouTube channel that I was watching, was that they thought it was really cool that like you see all these other companies like HBO and Disney and obviously like Apple TV and Peacock and Paramount, et cetera, like they're out there branching out and making their own subscription services and whatnot. And then you have Sony on the other hand, who's like, hey, we have this wealth of IP, who wants to work on it? So they have all these different. They're literally like spreading the wealth. Like literally everyone. Like they're not exclusive to Disney or they're not exclusive to Netflix. Like they're literally getting everyone's fucking money, man. And I feel like, I mean, that's such a good position to be in. Like, hey, we have all this IP. Who wants it? Like, so like they're basically like Netflix is giving them all this money to make this. Now Amazon's giving them all this money to make God of War. I think Peacock is with Twisted Metal, right? So like, Peacock is giving
Yeah.
them all this money for Twisted Metal, right? So like, really, I feel like they're in a really, really good position.
Did they
Now,
have
they
one
don't
for
need-
Disney Plus too?
I don't think so.
Bruh,
Okay.
can you imagine?
I
they
thought I
have?
saw on the list. I was just wondering. But continue.
No.
Oh man,
See,
they have to be very family. No, that's BS because they have.
No,
freaking-
I mean, in my head, that'll be Rivet and Kit, and then like have Pixar
Yeah.
in it. But that'll be just
Oh
a
man,
funny coincidence.
that'd be Soul's nightmare.
It looks just like Pixar because it is Pixar.
Because it is Pixar. Yo, that would be amazing.
yeah,
man.
I guess like really like. Oh, okay. So the last thing we can kind of talk about is like Gran Turismo. What the fuck are they planning to do with Gran Turismo?
Oh no, man! A Ford versus Ferrari drama.
It's definitely gonna be like a Ford vs Ferrari. It's like high
Top
drama.
Gun.
Top
Yeah,
Gun. Hey man,
yeah.
these movies turn out great. I haven't seen any of them, but there's an audience for it. So
Yeah, man. According to all accounts, Top Gun Maverick was incredible. So
yeah, apparently, and Ford vs Ferrari as well. Like all these racing movies, when it's not Fast and the Furious. I mean, Fast and Furious also makes bank with their movies, but like when if it's Gran Turismo is very much down to earth. I think Gran Turismo is very much only races, right? Is there a storyline in it?
I thought you said Gran Turismo was only racist.
No, races.
But they're also eyeing goddamn Neil Blomkamp to direct this, which is like what? So
what did he do?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with his work.
I think what's it called? Like District something.
District 9
I think so.
or District 13? The alien one?
That's interesting.
District 9, yeah, District 9, and he did Elysium, he did Chappie.
Oh yeah, that's the alien one. Wait, that's the horror alien one.
He
What
did, he
the
did
hell?
both District 9 and District 10.
Neil Blomkamp.
But hey, man, the director of Hangover did Joker, so I wouldn't just pass it by, you know.
But you Hangover is such an intriguing political intrigue.
But no, I feel like the Gran Turismo was kind of like that's a slam dunk. Like that's gonna be not easy,
True.
but like it's such an easy thing to wrap your head around, just for the fact that it's a racing show or movie, and
Yeah, you're not recreating anything like larger than life. You're just like telling like a human story, like the human situation.
Exactly.
It has to be
yeah.
a movie. Who the hell wants to see a goddamn TV series of Gran Turismo? Like, it
Well,
has
that's
to
the
be a
thing that's where they put like the characters at the forefront, and like I don't know,
Yeah.
some up and coming
What
racer that
characters,
wants to.
That's the
risk
thing,
it
man.
all
Gran
to, you
Turismo.
know.
So the motive of the show will be like the end all be all will be racist. But behind those races, man, there's drama, there's heartfelt stories, there's family, there's actual family, there's actual family. This is where you actually produce like a show where it's like the Fault in Our Stars meets racing. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm telling you guys right now, it's just gonna be like the goddamn Need for Speed live action cutscenes.
Oh
that they
god,
had in
no
that
man.
game. It's just gonna be like that.
It will be Fast and the Furious Crossroads. Ooh, nasty. Oh, he also did Elysium. Oh, wait. Oh, that's a weird. He's. Why don't they get this guy to do Horizon? He's done also. Everything is sci-fi. Yeah,
But
that's crazy.
So, what is like the one PlayStation franchise that you guys would love to be like among this 10? Aside from Bloodborne.
And aside from Sly Cooper for me, because that's a given.
PlayStation specifically.
Man, I'm gonna go off the wall here.
Yeah?
Let me get a PlayStation All Stars multiverse show.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Let's
Ready
get
Player
them all
One.
to a show and just duke it out.
Just Ready Player One, but with PlayStation icons. So can it be animated?
Oh my gosh, you in animation, you are.
Dude, I'm having a hard time grasping any of these PlayStation titles live action. Oh, you know what? Easy. Detroit Become Human. There you go.
Okay, that's interesting.
There you go.
That's interesting. That's a good one too. I feel like a lot of people really like that.
But don't touch on Marcus, don't touch on Kara, don't touch on Connor. Touch on people that were affected during the game. There's so many stories you can touch on. So there you go. Detroit Become Human, live action. If animated, I would like to see Gravity Rush. But yeah, Detroit Become Human. Neo. Hey yo, do a Neo live action. That can work.
Neo live action.
That can work.
Actually, you know what? I'm looking down the list now. What could be a really good one?
What?
Resistance.
Oh. Okay.
Resistance can be a pretty good show or a movie. I like to see a movie Resistance. That'll be pretty cool. The Chimera and everything. Yeah, that'll be dope.
Then I like to see a Gears one. Dude, if they make a Resistance, I want Microsoft to do a Gears
I'm
show then.
surprised they haven't done that already.
Dude, that's such a slam dunk.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
That's such a slam dunk. Is Until Dawn exclusive?
I think it is a PlayStation IP. Or a PlayStation exclusive. I do think it is, yeah.
Then make it an Until Dawn show. Dude, but inspired by Until Dawn. Not the Until Dawn game. Because if anything, because that's the big thing. I said Detroit Become Human, but Detroit Become Human is already a show in that way. So just touch on other stories.
I would like them to go into horror. That would be really cool.
Oh, dude, I was gonna say PT. PT.
I find it funny. I find it funny how no one has said Days Gone. I wonder why.
Anyways, so
wait. So have you played Days Gone, or did you watch a YouTube video of it?
I saw enough of it to know that I will never need to touch that game.
No, there's already a Days Gone movie. It's called World War Z.
That's a good movie. Relax.
That's a good movie. No, it is a good movie.
Okay, that's
what I'm talking about. Like, it's the same concept: hordes and zombies and a cool dude. Only that Brad Pitt is like cooler than Deacon St. John.
Day number 362 of soul slandering Days Gone.
You were so good, man. You're doing so well.
I don't think it's a dumpster fire that you're saying it is, but it doesn't stand up. I know what you mean. Oh, bro, no, that's not PlayStation. I was gonna say Life is Strange, but no, that's not PlayStation.
No. I mean, if I were to pick number one, like out of all this stuff, I would definitely say Infamous. I think that'd be a really cool spin on live on superhero shows. Like we have The Boys, we have what's the other stuff from Amazon Prime?
Invincible.
Yes, thank you. And then obviously the MCU stuff. Fantastic I feel like having like a really cool like boots on the ground Infamous show that's a lot more gritty, but also a lot more about like Cole's powers and stuff like that, and what they can do with that. I think that'd be really cool. That'd be a different spin on hero superhero stuff.
That game's first story, or the first game's story, is so good. Like that twist at the end with Kessler, like, yeah, like I would love to see that. adapted. I think it'd be pretty cool too.
So I got you one. I got a live action for you. The Order 1886.
I mean,
Oh.
I like
Hey,
the Order, man. I would not
That's
be opposed
pretty.
to that.
That's a good choice.
Hey man, that's a fantastic
choice.
live action you can make there. The drama in that game. Here's the thing. The game,
Let's bring back
could have been
Lycans,
so much
baby.
more.
Let's bring back
dude.
Lycans.
Bring some Underworld. Oh my god.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fucking dope. Yeah.
Yes, sir. If PlayStation, you're hearing this, get to work. No, Order would be sick, man.
Yeah.
That'd be so good.
What do you think? What's one franchise that you really want to see?
No, definitely Infamous. Yeah.
Okay.
I would not be
Dope.
opposed to saying that.
That's a great one, man.
Yeah, I think that.
Cole, specifically Cole. Like, if it, would you want the story to be retold or a gap filled in?
I mean, I don't. I would like it to just be like.
The game, but
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
But
here.
make some of the characters a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, if you're not gonna do a remake of Infamous One or even like a remaster at this point, like just retell a story over again in the show. I'll be down. I'll be cool with that.
Yeah, man. What happened with Infamous, man? They just forgot about it, right?
Dude, I don't know. The last thing they did was the Festival of Blood, and that thing was so fucking cool, dude.
So good, man.
But also, like, I don't think like they like quote like forgot about like Infamous. Like, it's just like Sucker Punch just moved on to something else. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's the same with like all like I understand why people like for instance want like something like a Jack and Daxter back or a Sly Cooper back and et cetera, but it's, like sometimes these
but that's
studios don't want to be working on the same thing forever. Like
Yeah, but
it's okay.
not like a new iteration, but like bring it to the PS5, man. Let me play some Infamous 2 or 1.
Facts.
Like,
Yeah, go subscribe to PS Plus and go ahead and do it.
yeah, go fuck yourself.
Oh, whoa.
Or better yet, well, bust out that PS3, baby, and start
Hey,
downloading.
boy, that thing's in my closet. I'm taking care of it. I'm tempted, man. There's so many games I have that I want to play, but I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the subscription to drop to see what they're gonna give me.
Man, they're giving
If
you
they give
streaming
me-
stuff. Might as well just bust it out.
If everything is gonna, if absolutely every title is gonna be streaming, I'm gonna have to bust out the PS3, man.
Well,
I've
for
been
PS3,
wanting.
it definitely will, man.
I never beat Tale of Exilia 2. I need to beat that game.
Oh yeah,
I
I know,
know.
same here. Yeah.
I need to play it, man. Like, there's so many great games on that, but I don't know. Here's the thing, so if Infamous is playable with a subscription, I might get a month or two of the subscription. But here's the thing: it's the kind of game that I want to know that I have it, and I feel like at this point I just want to make I'll just hook up my PS3, because I think I don't know, this might have been like Mandela effect. But wasn't there somewhere that you could buy, not the PS3 games, but like PS1 or PS2 games once they're out? Or can you not do that? Will it only be accessible with a subscription?
No, it's a la carte, so you can buy those things as they're come out on the service.
Okay, so
At least with the classics, and what they title as classics are PSP, PS1, and maybe PS2. Like the stuff that we're seeing from PS2 is mostly the like the remasters. So we'll see what else they bring out that you can purchase individually.
Okay. Well, that's a lot of properties. But yeah, man. I don't know. Live action. To your point, so you said how if they made an Infamous one, they could make certain characters more interesting. That's my same opinion with Horizon. If Netflix gonna do Horizon, just make sure those characters are interesting, man. Make sure that not only Aloy is, because they're gonna pick like a fantastic lead for Aloy. Hopefully, I know a lot of people are fighting for.
Hopefully.
What is it? Rose was her Leslie Rose.
Yeah, Jon Snow's wife.
Yeah, literally Kit Harington's wife in real life. And a lot of people wanted the actress that does Triss in Witcher.
The actress for Aloy?
Yeah, I think I saw her like as someone like saying they wanted her to play Aloy.
I mean, sure. I'm not gonna say no, but
I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna stop you.
yeah, that's not the first person I really think of, really. But I mean, I guess we always base on a likeness, but like if we're going by like Aloy's mannerisms and stuff like that,
Do it
like,
with Rose.
yeah,
100%.
yeah, more or less, or even bring in the
Who?
actual voice actress.
Ashley?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah. I mean, hey, I'm all for doing the OG like performers. It'd be cool if Last of Us is gonna feature Allie or Abby, and it's just Laura Bailey. She's like crushing skulls. Oh, like damn, Laura. But yeah, man. A lot of promise, Soul. A lot of promise. PlayStation becoming the SCU, the Sony Cinematic Universe.
Oh man, when I saw all the TVs announced, I was like TV, and I'm like, oh no.
Oh, you're like, oh.
Thankfully, that's not all they're focused on. So.
Oh my god, I forgot that Netflix also has Altered Carbon, which is sci-fi as hell.
No,
Yeah.
but that's canceled.
Yeah, man, but they did it. They did it. I don't know.
But all right, so that is that for the whole Sony IR briefing. A lot of interesting information that I definitely urge anyone who is interested in that kind of stuff to go out and check it out, because yeah, there's definitely a lot of cool stuff in there. But as for us, I believe that is it for this week's podcast. Definitely got through a lot. One more time, I want to remind everyone to like the podcast, share it out, and consider subscribing. Before we get out of here, we're gonna talk about get started with some outros. So, Macho, why don't you start things off for us?
Yes, sir. Let's see. What are we doing, man? It's literally just started raining. It just started raining outside like crazy. Yeah, it's starting to downpour, so I'm kind of glad I did podcast before I lose connection.
Are you done?
No, we're not done.
Sammy's like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I know. She's in the background playing Stardew Valley. She's having a good time.
Nice.
Any case, yeah, man. This weekend's gonna be maybe Batman Arkham Knight. I don't know. I'm kind of like in a little bit of a game funk right now. Like I want to play everything, but then nothing at the same time. But
Yeah, I feel that.
yeah, but who knows? Actually, I might get into Divinity Original Sin too. Thanks to my good friend Soul here.
Psych.
Maybe I don't know the way it is right now. I kind of chill. I got a nice day off on Monday because Memorial Day. Maybe it is time to dive into Divinity Original Sin 2 and play that. But other than that, man, yeah, that's it. That's King of Kingdom Hearts Follies Fanatic, and I played The Last of Us, and you guys have a great weekend.
Yeah,
What
man.
about you, man?
As for me,
No ending. Man, that's good to hear, man. What about you? Nice. Moving on to the next man.
as for me, man,
I love you,
I'll be
Soul.
playing. I'll be touching more of that
Jump
Ghostwire
off the
Tokyo. I'll be playing more Ghostwire. I'm gonna see if I can break the funk of Horizon, and I'll get through more of it. Honestly, man, all the suck of Divinity has me want to download it on my PC again. I'll get through it.
Let's do it.
So
Let's all
I'm-
play together. We'll hold hands.
It's a good game, man.
I think there's 3-player like co.
I was about to say, yeah, doesn't Divinity actually have co-op?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, but I ain't playing with any of y'all.
Let me know, Macho. We can hop on the Divinity.
You got it, buddy. I'll play with you.
Yeah, I'll download that. I'll be playing more on my Switch. Chopping on those Nintendo goodies. I still got my horror games lined up on the side. I also copped Sayonara Wild Hearts. That I'll be playing later. Like in spurts.
nice. I actually caught I Am Setsuna on the sale.
Hey,
Yeah,
nice, man.
I'm trying to jump into that too.
hell yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'll be playing those. I'll be watching more shows. I'm trying to. I want to do. So Kenobi got me in this mood, and I want to start getting through the Star Wars movies that I never saw.
Do it.
And start watching Clone Wars as well after the fact. I've never done it. I want to get into it because it seems interesting, so probably might do that. And more Better Call Saul, because that's the greatest show ever.
I would say
to whoever
for Clone Wars, give it at least the first 2 seasons, I think. Because for the first 2 seasons of Clone Wars, they definitely play into the more this is more for kids kind of thing. After that, though, they get into some really really great Star Wars stuff. So I would say
Okay.
just give it a chance and then keep watching.
Well, for sure. Oh, and I've been watching One Piece, so I'll keep watching more One Piece.
I'll say,
Yeah,
well, real quick, before we actually end off, because I know Soul doesn't have a Switch, so that's why I'm directing the question to you. Have you played the Mario Strikers demo?
I haven't. No, have you?
I did. I downloaded it yesterday. It's really
It's
good.
good?
It's super technical. I will say that for
Ooh,
I'll say that for
okay.
it's definitely not a party game because I was looking at it thinking like, oh yeah, I could probably take this like on my bachelor party and then I could play with like friends.
Psych.
Yeah, absolutely not. You had to sit
Oh
like through
man.
like a really lengthy tutorial, which is what the demo is. It's more of a demo and or just a demo tutorial and maybe online matches. I'm not sure if they're having that go live for the demo, but regardless, yeah, it's a pretty extensive tutorial, very technical. It is fun. It is really cool, but it's not as accessible as something like Mario Tennis Aces, in my opinion, which I played a lot of.
Interesting. Yeah,
So
same.
yeah,
Okay, interesting. I'll
still
give
very
that a
fun
shot
though.
too.
Yeah, still it's very very fun. I really liked it.
Dude, strikers, like that. That's always been one of the best like sports that they've tackled. Football. It's so good.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, man.
It's really good. It's really good in this one, but like I said, it's very technical. But it's still very fun.
I love me some technicals.
I would. It was one of those games I would definitely love to buy, but it was one of those games I would love to also just play online
Wait.
and no, not even wait, just play online and Switch's online is garbage.
Oh, interesting. No,
So
yeah, it's god awful.
yeah, so that's the only reason why I don't play Tennis Aces that often because the online is just not that great. So I don't know. We'll see for this one.
Dude, I won one tournament once. No, never again, because the online was just horrible. So much lag. But yeah, man. But yeah, if Soul wants to download an emulator, we can do that. But yeah, I've been Walter. I play Last of Us, and Soul. What about you?
For me, I think I'm literally about to finish chapter 5 on Divinity, so have that, and then chapter 6 is the last, and then that's it for the game.
Oh
So
damn!
hopefully within this next week, or dependent. I think chapter 6 isn't very that long. Like, isn't too long. Like, I think it's literally just like the final battle, and then that's it. So hopefully, I have this game finished by this week, and then I can move on to something else. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me and the DSS crew, and we will catch you guys next week.